There's a big-time buzz in downtown Phoenix as the Arizona Rattlers close out their regular season with so much on the line. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us on Arizona Rattlers Game Day. I'm Joe Papueno. Tonight, Kevin Guy's 11-2 Arizona Rattlers face off against the 10-2 Frisco Fighters. A win for the Arizona Rattlers, and they clinch the top playoff seed in the IFL. Arizona comes in winners of 4 straight. They're playing fantastic football and leading the league in rushing offense. Quarterback Drew Powell is having an MVP caliber season, rushing for 33 touchdowns and passing for another 27. Frisco comes in ranked second in scoring defense and leads the league with 23 sacks. They've won 4 straight and don't fear the Rattlers whatsoever.
This is exactly what we asked for here. So now we just got to finish taking care of business here throughout the backstretch. You know, we couldn't ask for a better situation. Honestly, go ahead and start the playoffs early, and you know have that pressure on us so that we get used to it, and we'll be able to pull out those close games.
Arizona's high-octane offense is getting set to face Frisco for the very first time. That Arizona offense is led by that powerful offensive line, a unit that provides the big surge up front for the second-ranked scoring Arizona offense. The big fellas up front are getting it done, led by veteran center Steve Garola. This O-line is paving huge holes and giving plenty of protection for quarterback Drew Powell. He has great weapons at his disposal in tailback Nick Lassane and receivers Jared Harrington and Jamal Miles and company. The Rattlers offense faces a Frisco defense that is very physical and leads the league with 23 sacks, led by league leader Charles Williams. And the Fighters are ranked first in total defense.
They're a pretty stout defense. We've seen them on film a couple of times. They do a lot of things well, float to the ball and things like that. You know, they're 10-2, so they're doing something right, and they're a good football team, been able to win a lot of games this season. So, you know, we're looking at a respect factor, but we also got some things that we think will work against them.
Yes, sir. You know, we know that they're a very good defense. You know, but we're also a very well offense. You know, we're the number 1 offense. They're number 2 defense. They got some good athletes. We got some good athletes. You know, but I think we can attack them in certain ways, and I think we're going to come out on top. You know, as long as we go out there and execute, don't blink, and play Rattler football, there's no contest.
The Rattlers defense is a very stout unit of its own, led by linemen Nick DeVonzo and Josh Gordon. The unit is ranked 2nd in the league with 18 sacks and ranked 4th in total defense and 3rd in scoring defense, a shade under 36 points a kick. They face a Frisco offense led by quarterback Jared Hurd and tailback DeMarcus Felton, who has 19 rushing touchdowns.
Yeah, we just have to be dominant, you know. We know that we are the better football team, so we just have to prove that to everybody, and that's what we're going to do.
They definitely have a good team. We've definitely been looking forward to, playing Frisco all year. So we know it just comes down to doing our assignment. Coaches installing a great game plan, so we just got to execute.
This matchup features 2 of the best coaches on the turf. Coach Kevin Guy has had an incredible run in his time with the Arizona Rattlers. In his last 9 years, he's led the team to the championship game 7 times, winning 4 titles. Coach Guy is very familiar with Frisco coach Clint Dozell. The two have history. Guy and the Rattlers beat Dozell when he was the coach of the Philadelphia Soul in the 2013 Arena Bowl. In 2016, Dozell's squad got revenge, beating Arizona in the Arena Bowl 56-42. Coach Kevin Guy and a long-time rivalry between the two.
Clint's done a great job. Everybody's been, you know. We haven't talked in a long time. We're both hard-headed, so it's kind of tough to get along sometimes in the same room. But you know, but he's a good guy. He's a good guy. He does a great job with that organization. You know, I know his family. He knows my family. So, you know, he's got some assistant coaches that are very familiar, that we're familiar with. Dave Hewitt used to work here with us. So, you know, and you know, to be so successful as they have been this first year, been very impressed with what they've done.
Now in his 12th season, once again, Coach Kevin Guy has the Arizona Rattlers in title contention. The players, they love playing for him. They respect his passion and commitment to winning. Standing in Arizona's way of the top playoff seed is the Frisco Fighters.
Yeah, we're playing for all the marbles. I mean, this is what we work for all year, and you know, here it is. So, you know, we just need to keep the focus on us and go out and execute, and we'll see what happens.
How great of an advantage is it to have this game at the Snake Pit, Coach, where the Rabbit fans and you guys are undefeated this season?
Well, our fan base is second to none, and you know, they do a great job for us, helping us create a really tough place to come in and play in a tough environment. I've always loved playing in the building and in the Snake Pit, and appreciate everything that the fans bring to the table.
Defensively, Frisco comes in with the second-rated scoring defense led by Charles Williams. He leads the league in tackles for losses and sacks. When you look at them defensively, Coach, what stands out?
Well, Charles Williams does a lot of flopping. We need to keep our eye on that. That's for sure. But they're a play hard team. I mean, Clint's always done a nice job having some tough kids, and they're a play hard team, and they're good at executing, and their philosophy is a lot on timing, and defensively they're a lot like us. They're very aggressive, and so it should be a great matchup.
Offensively, your team is clicking on all cylinders, led by Drew Powell, who's doing it with his legs and his arm. It seems like right now, if you were going to face Frisco, Coach, you're getting him at the right time the way your offense is playing.
Yeah, I mean, it's playoff time, so this is the right time for everybody, if they're going to click to try to make the run. Our goal is to make it come through the desert, and, Drew's done a nice job for us. Our O-line's done a nice job. Our receivers have done a nice job. So, offensively, we've been pretty potent all year long. Defensively, you see us making strides as the season goes, and we're getting a little tougher as we go down the backstretch here. So I like the way we're playing, and, I like our chances.
There's more to come on Arizona Rattlers game day. We'll hear from Frisco coach Clint Dozell on the big matchup at the Snake Pit. And whether with his arm or legs, Rattlers quarterback Drew Powell is doing it all. He's in the conversation for league MVP. The Rattlers quarterback under the spotlight on Arizona Rattlers game day.
It happened. We got the house! We did! 2,000 miles away.
We do long distance moves every day.
Pods does all the driving and so much more.
Need extra help loading? Yes.
We got this.
Also might want
more time. We're flexible.
Flexible means you can keep your container longer or store with us. Then we deliver it to your home, across town or across the country.
We made it.
Yeah, you did.
Pods, your personal moving and storage team.
At Honor Health, we honor our patients and community. Our mission is to improve the health and well-being of those we serve. We care for every dimension of you, from the physical to the emotional. We go beyond what's expected to provide the right care focused on what's best for you. Honor Health. Honor above all.
Rattler Nation, your team is on fire. The Rattlers are poised to strike for another professional indoor football league championship, and they're playing as hot as the Arizona sun. Get your tickets now for the next Rattlers matchup at the Snake Pit, Phoenix Suns Arena, for the hardest hitting, fastest action, and most family fun in professional sports. Tickets are on sale now. Go to azrattlers.com or call 602-514-8274. Buy single game tickets right now at Ticketmaster or go to azrattlers.com.
Hey, Jeremiah.
What's up?
What do you think about that 6-time World Championship t-shirt?
Nice.
Gear up for the playoffs with the Arizona Rattlers Team Shop. We've got everyone covered, to include our brand new women's line, Rattlers snake masks, and more. Head over to azrattlers.com and get your gear now.
Welcome back to Arizona Rattlers game day. You can't say enough about the job Frisco coach Clint Dozell has done in his first season. But the squad gets the ultimate litmus test, taking on the Arizona Rattlers in the most hostile environment in the IFL. Dozell's squad can win games at home and on the road. The Fighters are 5-1 at their house and 5-1 on the road. They've won 4 straight and are coming off a home win over Green Bay 38-20. We caught up with Coach before the showdown in the desert.
Well, it's a big game. There's no question about it. This is what you want for our players. This is why you play the game. For the number 1 seed, you're playing against Arizona Rattlers. Been around for over 25 years in the indoor game, and you can't be any bigger than this. And we love it. We love the atmosphere, and we know they're going to be well coached. Kevin does a great job always with preparing his team, and they're very talented, obviously. And on the other side of it, Powell, there's no question in my mind he gets my vote for MVP of the league. He's dynamic, throwing and running, so we know we have our hands full with him out there.
Leading the way for tonight's Arizona offense is quarterback Drew Powell. He is on fire, having an MVP season with 60 combined touchdowns. We caught up with the lefty in this edition of Rattlers Tales.
Powell will throw for.
At Livingstone, I started every game as a freshman. Camp was pretty rough, and then I figured it out, and I appreciate Livingstone because I was able to grow there and grow through my mistakes and become a quarterback, really, and just be able to understand, what it takes to be that guy. I never imagined being an Arizona Rattler, honestly, but the guys that I won the championship with in 2018 at Iowa had signed with the Arizona Rattlers while I was signed in the AFL. When I got released from the AFL team, Coach Jarnigan called me. I knew about the Rattlers before I even played college football. So while they were playing and winning championships, I knew about the Rattlers. So it was just one of those things where it's like, man, just to be associated with an organization like that is a dream come true. So when I talked to Coach Guy and we were on the same page, speaking as highly as me as I was of the organization, it was a no-brainer.
Manning the secondary tonight for the Arizona Rattlers is captain and safety Dylan Winfrey, a player that was once cut by the team and worked his tail off the following year and made the squad. Now he's a team captain and he's coming on strong, leading the league with 8 interceptions. He is playing so well. In the last 2 games, he's combined for 5 interceptions.
Like I said before, I'm not even just trying to be humble, man. It's just I was a part of that group in 19 that lost it at the end. So, man, I'm just worried about finishing every play, finishing every game, and we got to get that ring this year.
Kind of talk about getting that ring. Okay, you're playing for the top seed when Frisco comes in town. This is what you guys have played for all season. How fired up is the squad?
Oh, we're fired up, man. This is probably one of our better practices, man. The attention to detail, and alignment, assignment, everything was good. I mean, I know we probably got a couple busts in there, but this is probably our best practice with just paying attention to detail.
When you get this game in the Snake Pit, how big of an advantage is that with the rabid fan base that you guys have?
Oh, it's a great advantage, man. You're about to come in here. We have the #1 fans in the league. It's going to be loud, so that's going to mess with their ability to communicate. We're finna be in there all black, like the Ravens, man, back when they won it all, and they finna have to come through the Snake Pit, man.
And coming through the Snake Pit, of course, no easy chore. And how excited are you for this moment, being that, look, you've worked all year for this opportunity for you individually. A couple years ago you mentioned, you were close to having a perfect season and got taken away. Now you're have a chance all over again to potentially capture a ring.
I'm excited. I'm not excited only for myself, but for the fans, for the younger guys, because they're about to get an experience that they're going to be able to tell their kids. So when Frisco comes in, just know we're locked in this week.
Back to the offense where high adrenaline Jay Smooth Jared Harrington will be ready to go. Quarterback Drew Powell has said of Harrington, he's the hardest working player he's ever seen, a guy who works out 24/7. So what does a day in the life of Jared Harrington look like? Let's take a look.
I don't gotta say what's up to you. I don't gotta say hey. And I don't gotta act like I'm with you. I'm already paid. And if you talk, then it's up with you. And that's where it's gonna stay. Yeah, cause I ain't gotta act like I'm with you. Cause I'm already paid. Cause I got you now in love with me. And I'm in this now, it's getting ugly. Cause I got you now.
When we return, it's not all hard work for the Arizona Rattlers. They get to cut loose and have some fun, like play Pictionary. Plus, behind every great football team is a great cheerleading squad. We'll check in on the Sidewinders on Arizona Rattlers game day.
Just connected like we signed. Talk to me nicely.
I always make sure I have Victus with me wherever I go. Before and after practice, before and after a workout, even before and after I sleep. Victus is the full package when it comes to rest and recovery.
Victus is safe and effective, and that's the most important detail for us. We need our players on the field on game day, and if we're going to continue our winning ways, then Victus will help our players get as close to 100% as possible.
We're your neighbors, and we're sports fans, huge fans. So come on over. It's game time. There's plenty of food and everything else we know you love. You choose your favorite games to watch and hear. We're your home for sports, Arizona. So join us today at CAZ Sports Bar at Casino, Arizona.
Getting the right loan with the best combination of service rates and fees isn't always as easy as pushing a button, particularly for people who don't fit the cookie-cutter approval process. The square pegs, the self-employed, recently divorced, less-than-perfect credit, steadfast hard workers. At Nova Home Loans, we work hard to deliver real loans to real people living real lives. Nova Home Loans. Together, we've got this.
Welcome back to Arizona Rattlers Game Day. You know, yearly, the Arizona Rattlers players work so hard underneath that Arizona sun, grinding it out, but yearly it pays off as this team is one of the best in the IFL. But it's not all work and no play. These guys get some time to cut loose and have some fun with each other, like play some Pictionary.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Camping. A lake. Campfire. Campfire. There it is. Okay, that was good, bro. Bowling ball? Bowling ball? No. Is it a marble? You good food. A blueberry. Oh, those eggs, bacon, egg, and cheese. There you go. I don't know about the bacon, egg, and cheese, but eggs and bacon. Yeah, hey! Eggs and bacon. You see the bacon? Oh, step to the side. Let's see. What it look like, y'all? Look like a chicken, like a pigeon, like a turkey. You're in the area. Thanksgiving. Oh, that's an eagle. Ostrich. Hey! Let me see. Oh!
The Arizona Rattlers light up the scoreboard, and between touchdowns and game breaks, the Arizona Rattlers cheerleaders light up the field. A dedicated group known as the Sidewinders provide the energy and smiles the team and the fans can't do without.
The Arizona Rattlers Sidewinders.
We have over 30 alumni ready for our halftime performance this weekend. Being a part of the Sidewinders alumni is so great because we get the opportunity to create this bond, share all the memories that we had as a part of the team and the organization.
I am most excited about being on the field with the Rattlers again because it's like my home base. I have learned so much from that organization and I am so proud to be a part of it, and I think that the fan base, organization, Shelby and the girls are absolutely amazing, so getting to experience that, you know, one last hurrah for me will be just like the most amazing thing.
What's cool about my experience is when I was 11 years old, I actually did a Sidewinders clinic, and Shelby was on the team when I was doing it.
The little kids actually warm my heart so much because I used to be in their shoes and I used to look up to, you know, the dancers on NFL teams, pro teams, and I used to want to be them growing up, and so I think it's so important to soak up this experience, and I've grown so much as a person being on this team, and I've learned so much about myself being on this team, and I'm so thankful for everything I'm going to take away from this team.
So after dancing, you know, your whole life since you're a little girl, 3 years old, and then your dream is to make a pro team, you make a team like the Sidewinders, afterwards you can really miss it. And so it's really important to keep involved in the industry. The Sidewinders are such an amazing example for younger dancers after maybe going through high school and college programs. And this is a way to continue to pursue your passion for dance. For me personally, it was just something I was really missing in my life. And so making this team was just such an amazing opportunity. And one of my goals always every year is to deliver that same experience that I had to the team that I'm coaching.
All right, I think it has to be like the friendships and also just like the crowd. They're not just there for the football players at all. Like they're definitely there for us too, and it's really nice to feel the energy there. Just like I've never experienced that for a team like this. Like I've had fans come up to me, even players' parents come up to me and be like, "Your smile is infectious. Like we love you. It's such a great experience." I was like, "Me? I'm like your son's on the team."
If you haven't been to an Arizona Rattlers football game, it's like going to a giant party with the best fans in the IFL. After every touchdown, the cannon goes off, and if you're not prepared for it, it'll wake you up in a heartbeat. Here's more of the man that makes the boom go off.
Now 14 minutes of game, and Edwards.
My name is Kerry Welty. I'm the president of Fireworks Productions. My role has been for 27 years. How long has the Rattlers been here? We use a concussion mortar. With the preloads now, the igniter's already inside the powder. So all we have to do is load it into the concussion mortar and then hook it into the firing system. Actually, I think we're back to even louder than when we first started, to be honest with you. You know what? It's a great profession to be in.
All I have to say is brace yourself when the cannon goes off. We are moments away from kickoff as the Arizona Rattlers face the Frisco Fighters for the right for the top playoff seed in the IFL. What are the keys to victory? We'll find out next from the players. You're listening and watching Arizona Rattlers Game Day.
Play outside. Play inside. Play in style all summer long. Talking Stick Resort's summer playcation starting at $109 a night with a $25 food and beverage credit. Also, take advantage of great deals at Odyssey, Butterfly Wonderland, Pangea, Mavericks, and much more. Summer playcation at Talking Stick Resort. Play in style.
With teams from coast to coast and growing, we are the Indoor Football League, producing the best quality indoor football in the country. The IFL is the nation's longest continuously running pro indoor football league, offering great entertainment and great value. And it's time for you to get in on the action. IFL games are fan-centered, fast-paced, and high-scoring. And it's a great night out for anyone, whether you're bringing the little ones to try to catch a ball in the stands, a client or business team for a break out of the office, or just having a night out with your buddies. An IFL game is guaranteed fun that won't break the budget. Visit GoIFL.com to watch games, learn about our history, players, and coaches, and click on your favorite team's site for tickets and official team merchandise. Follow us on social media and visit GoIFL.com.
DJ Citizen Jane quit on her passion for music, she never would have left her career as a detective to pursue it. If she let starting at the bottom scare her, she never would have hustled to play bigger and bigger shows. And if she was content with being one of the best Latina artists in Miami, she wouldn't be electrifying the crowd in sold-out shows around the world. That's the fighting spirit. That's what makes a lion. Modelo, root for those with a fighting spirit.
Closing in on kickoff tonight, it's the Arizona Rattlers' top-ranked offense facing the #1 ranked Frisco defense. The Arizona Rattlers come in a perfect 5-0 on its home turf, but getting win number 6 could be the hardest of all. The players, oh yeah, they're ready to go, and they break down the keys of the game.
They're definitely a good team. You know, they're #2 right now, so they're going to come with it. You know, all we got to do is on offense, we can't blink. That's it. We just got to put the ball in the end zone every time we touch it.
Yeah, you know, we just got to make sure we go out there and finish. You know, that's basically, you know, the main thing we have to do. And, you know, we'll probably see them again, but we're going to make sure that they remember playing us, though, for sure.
How fired up are you guys for this matchup?
Very, very, very. I think it's going to be Clash of the Titans, man. We're going to see who's really #1.
The Arizona Rattlers have had a great week of practice, and they are set to go. Floyd Simmons and Cedric Bonner will have the call of the game, and that'll wrap up Arizona Game Day. For producer Caleb Bushi, I'm Joe Pequeno. Have a great night, and go Rattlers.
The following broadcast is a presentation of Arizona Rattlers football.
Let's hear it one more time for Riley Ray.
Now that is how you get a football game underway, with a great rendition of the national anthem. Folks, welcome into the Footprint Center, the newly renamed home of the Arizona Rattlers. And the Rattlers, sitting number one in the standings of the IFL, the Indoor Football League, are getting set to battle for something that's quite important to them. They'd like home field advantage throughout the playoffs. They've got to get a win tonight to ensure that. It would be a victory over the team that's in second place right now in the standings of the IFL, and a team that themselves would like to have a home field advantage. The Frisco Fighters, they're in town to take on the Arizona Rattlers in the final regular season game of the year. Folks, my name is Floyd Simmons, and my broadcast partner is the great one, Cedric Bonner. And Ced, how much do you need to say about a game like this? This is a big one for both teams on the field tonight.
Without question, it's playoff mode already. It might be the final regular season game, but this is a playoff game, make no mistake. A lot riding on it. Win, your number one seed. Lose, you could end up third, because Massachusetts winning would put them in the second spot. This is a huge game, and both these teams know a lot about each other.
And as we get this game underway, that Massachusetts game is at halftime, and Massachusetts has a huge lead over Iowa right now. The last score we had was 35-13. So it looks like the Pirates are positioning themselves really well to get that 2 seed, and that's important. We'll talk about what that means for your Arizona Rattlers, Rattler Nation, as we get this thing rolling and underway in a moment. A very brief discussion with the head coach, with Kevin Guy. That's next as we get you ready for kickoff, just a couple of moments away right here on this broadcast of Arizona Rattlers football. Stand by.
Play outside. Play inside. Play in style all summer long. Talking Stick Resort's summer playcation starting at $109 a night with a $25 food and beverage credit. Also, take advantage of great deals at Odyssey, Butterfly Wonderland, Pangea, Mavericks, and much more. Summer playcation at Talking Stick Resort. Play in style.
At Honor Health, we honor our patients and community. Our mission is to improve the health and well-being of those we serve. We care for every dimension of you, from the physical to the emotional. We go beyond what's expected to provide the right care focused on what's best for you. Honor Health. Honor above all.
If DJ Citizen Jane quit on her passion for music, she never would have left her career as a detective to pursue it. If she let starting at the bottom scare her, she never would have hustled to play bigger and bigger shows. And if she was content with being one of the best Latina artists in Miami, she wouldn't be electrifying the crowd in sold-out shows around the world. That's the fighting spirit. That's what makes a lion. Modelo, root for those with a fighting spirit.
I always make sure I have Victus with me wherever I go. Before and after practice, before and after a workout, even before and after I sleep. Victus is the full package when it comes to rest and recovery.
Victus is safe and effective, and that's the most important detail for us. We need our players on the field on game day, and if we're going to continue our winning ways, then Victus will help our players get as close to 100% as possible.
Hey, back in live at the Footprint Center, the home of the Arizona Rattlers, as we get ready for kickoff just a moment away, and it looks like the Rattlers are going to be on the field on offense first here coming up, but let's throw it down on the field where our Joe Pequeno is standing by. Hey, Joe. Well, we thought he was standing by. We'll get Joe rolling here in a moment. We'll get him to the air as quickly as we can, and he'll help us get ready for this one. Hey, folks, welcome in to the Snake Pit. Floyd Simmons, Cedric Bonner, Joe Pequeno, and the 11-2 Rattlers, number 1 in the standings of the Indoor Football League. That team they're playing, the Frisco Fighters, well, they're in second place right now, a half game behind. 2 games, 2 losses for each team this year. That Massachusetts team also 2 losses, and they're underway and winning their game. Here's the opening kick. It's fielded by Jared Harrington, and he's just got nowhere to run with it as he breaks it out across the goal line. Gets as far as the 4-yard line before he gets turned back the other direction by the coverage of the Fighters. And we are underway on this one tonight. Welcome in, everybody, to Phoenix, Arizona. Welcome to this broadcast of Arizona Rattlers football. And a first chance to see one of the leading contenders. I would say the top contender for MVP in the league, the quarterback, Drew Powell. There's a good look at him as he ambles his way into the huddle, and we'll get to see this Rattlers team on offense to get this going.
You're without question, partner. He's got to be one. I'd say 1A would be Nate Davis.
Nate Davis, right, who has had a marvelous year for the Gladiators. Here is a quick catch over the middle. That is going to be Pelletier on the receiving end for the Rattlers.
They got to continue to do these things and just keep the chains moving. These short passes you use similar to the running game, just to keep the defense off balance, make those guys up front work. They've got some studs up front for that line for the Fighters. You got to keep them at bay.
And throwing again quickly, coming out and putting the ball in the air. The pass is caught right on the dasher board for a first down. That's a completion. And it finds Harrington, Jared Harrington, making his first catch of the game, and about a 10-yard pickup on that play, takes it out to the 20-yard line. And the Rattlers go to the air early on against the Fighter defense.
That's a great job by Harrington to just stay alive for his quarterback. Drew sidestepping, and a good job by the offensive line to give him somewhere to go with that rush coming in.
The motion to the line, and now Powell wants to run it himself up the middle. And for a moment, I thought he might have gotten his face mask grabbed. The officials right on the spot did not agree with that. So it'll be a 3-yard gain straight up the middle for Drew Powell and the Rattler offense.
We talk about, what's up front for the Fighters. Donald Lewis has had a big year. Charles Williams is a problem. He is a nightmare. 15 tackles for loss, 11 sacks on the season. These guys can get after you in a hurry. And Coach Guy doing a great job early, just mixing the play calls up, keeping them off balance.
2 great teams. It's really going to come down to who can get the stops, right? Blitz is on, and it's batted down at the line of scrimmage. Powell was trying to find Harrington on a crossing route, and that one was denied. Knocked down. Well done by that Frisco defense. Frisco likes to blitz, and they brought the linebacker up the middle on that play, but incomplete pass. 3rd down and 7. Straight ahead for the Rattlers.
Good job by Terrell Thompson to get his hands up in the air and You know you have those two studs, very similar to what the Arizona Rattlers provide defensively. You got the two studs outside and the big man inside. That's just a great read. You know you're not going to get home. Get your hands up, knock a ball down.
After this third down play, we'll check in with Joe Pequeno. Time to throw, good protection, and Powell's able to set his feet and drill a pass to the 15-yard line of Frisco. That pass is caught for the first down, gain of about 12 on the play, and they'll move the sticks, and let's check in down on the field with Joe Pequeno. Well, we're still wondering how we're going to get that. We're going to get Joe's audio up here, and we'll continue to work on the issue.
It's great delivery, great catch, and Drew being really patient, stepping around, doing a nice job.
Handoff, Harrington able to slip a tackle in the backfield around the right side, and he is going to dive into the end zone. And if it stands, it's a touchdown. There's a marker down in the middle of the field. The boom sounds, so somebody believes it's a touchdown. What a finish on the play by Jared Harrington. If it doesn't go for 6, said, well, it's going to. Rattlers celebrating. How did you like the finish to the run by Jared?
Explosive.
There is no foul on the play for an illegal block. Touchdown is good.
The official is turning to the wrong side of the field. They'll correct him on that, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's our guy Dave Kataya. He's been around a long time, done a lot of games, a lot of big games.
How about the finish by Jared Harrington? He got nudged in the backfield a bit. Slipped around the side, broke a tackle. And then, as if sensing the immensity of the moment, dives into the end zone for the opening points. And the Rattlers lead at 6-0. Ernesto Lacayo on to try the point after, and that one is up and good.
He sensed that pay dirt. That's what he sensed, partner. Showed a little spring in his legs right there, some hop.
And it's good for 6 points. The point after makes it 7. It's Arizona 7. Frisco nothing as we get it underway here at the Footprint Center. Stand by for the kickoff. This is Arizona Rattlers football.
If DJ Citizen Jane quit on her passion for music, she never would have left her career as a detective to pursue it. If she let starting at the bottom scare her, she never would have hustled to play bigger and bigger shows. And if she was content with being one of the best Latina artists in Miami, she wouldn't be electrifying the crowd in sold-out shows around the world. That's the fighting spirit. That's what makes a lion. Modelo, root for those with a fighting spirit.
Play outside. Play inside. Play in style all summer long. Talking Stick Resort's summer playcation starting at $109 a night with a $25 food and beverage credit. Also, take advantage of great deals at Odyssey, Butterfly Wonderland, Pangea, Mavericks, and much more. Summer playcation at Talking Stick Resort. Play in style.
We're back in for the kickoff. The Rattlers will send it down the field, and we'll send it down on the turf with our Joe Pequeno. Hey, Joe. Still wondering where Joe might be right now. We're going to continue to work on that. Here's the kick. It's fielded just a step inside the goal line, and the Fighters will bring it to the 9. And the fans assembled like the coverage by the Rattlers special teams.
Real good job getting down. Two good teams. You understand how important this is to really play solid defense, special teams, and really make your opponent make mistakes. Don't make mistakes.
Well, the guy that's going to lead this Frisco Fighters offense, that quarterback, is Malik Henry. And early on, he is going to restructure his offense. First down play straight ahead from their own 9-yard line. The Fighters to throw, looking over the middle. There's a little catch made right at the sticks. It's a 10-yard pickup on the play, and the catch is brought in by Manny Arsenault. And that'll be a first down. 10 yards to gain and move the sticks for the Fighters.
Talk about one of the great receivers in the history of this league. He just continues to add value to the way he plays and what he brings to this team. Good route runner, solid hands.
Handoff left side. That's another first down gain. And quickly the offense for the Fighters comes out and says, well, I'll just match you with what we can do. DeMarcus Felton, the carry.
Yeah,
and he picks up 15.
Had a solid season, and offensive coordinator Dan Rotteball, who grew up playing for Clint Bilzell. They've been together since 2010 when they started in the IFL, moved to another league, and have rejoined here in the IFL and have done a terrific job first year in with a lot of young guys.
They'll run the ball again. This one is going to be snuffed out. And a great job in the backfield, stepping up on defense to get the job done. Well, it's that big guy up front, Nick DeVonzo.
Yeah,
makes the play.
DeVonzo and Jordan, tell you what, the bookends, there you see him running down from the backside. And Nick holding his point of attack, not allowing the cutback.
Give me some defense! Defense! Defense!
7-0, that's our score. The Rattlers are in front of the Frisco Fighters, but the Fighters have gotten off to a nice start. They fumble the snap and throw it up for that prayer is caught in the back of the end zone for a touchdown for the Fighters. Scooped up off the turf.
Wow.
And all the quarterback did was just pick it up and launch it to the corner of the end zone, and there's your touchdown. The Fighters are on the board.
I'm going to give him better than that on the launch. It almost looked like Dylan Winfrey didn't think the ball was going to be played. Thought it was too far out.
Is eligible. 70 offense is eligible. Number 70.
That was a beautiful throw. Under duress.
I have that as Bryce Wilkerson hauling the pass in for the Fighters touchdown. Here's the snap and hold, and the kick is drilled. And it is through there. Christoph Martinez converting for the Fighters. And they have tied the game here. Both teams scoring on their opening salvos. Our score here, 7-7 with 7:35 on the clock in the first period. Stand by. Back with the kick right after this. It's Arizona Rattlers football.
Getting the right loan with the best combination of service rates and fees isn't always as easy as pushing a button, particularly for people who don't fit the cookie-cutter approval process. The square pegs, the self-employed, recently divorced, less than perfect credit, steadfast hard workers. At Nova Home Loans, we work hard to deliver real loans to real people living real lives. Nova Home Loans. Together, we've got this.
Play outside. Play inside. Play in style all summer long. Talking Stick Resort's summer playcation starting at $109 a night with a $25 food and beverage credit. Also, take advantage of great deals at Odyssey, Butterfly Wonderland, Pangea, Mavericks, and much more. Summer playcation at Talking Stick Resort. Play in style.
What would you need to experience life in full motion? Expertise to provide the best care, unsurpassed training and technique. It requires the best orthopedic surgeons. Ortho Arizona.
Rattler Nation, your team is on fire. The Rattlers are poised to strike for another professional indoor football league championship, and they're playing as hot as the Arizona sun. Get your tickets now for the next Rattlers matchup at the Snake Pit, Phoenix Suns Arena, for the hardest hitting, fastest action, and most family fun in professional sports. Tickets are on sale now. Go to azrattlers.com or call 602-514-8274. Buy single game tickets right now at Ticketmaster or go to azrattlers.com.
Come on, ninth man, keep that energy up.
Back in for the kickoff. We'll get to see Drew Powell and the offense back on the field for the Arizona Rattlers. Welcome back in. Floyd Simmons along with Cedric Bonner, and here's the kick that caroms high into Jamal Miles' hands. And he won't go down at the 20-yard line. Battles his way to near midfield, and that's where he is tackled. And good field position to begin a new sequence on offense for the Rattlers.
Very good field position. I tell you, both teams holding serve early. Seeing a little running game, the passing game, but both teams look to be extremely sharp offensively. And I guess that would explain why they're both sitting with two losses on the season.
Two great teams. And they'll put Pelletier in motion. Ball's on the ground. It's fumbled, and it was in the middle of that pack moving along, and it looks like the Rattlers were able to make the recovery. That just escaped the hands of Drew Powell, and almost a disaster early on. So the Rattlers do recover the football, and it looks like maybe it was Powell that got in there and covered it up. So they lose the play, they lose a yard.
Well, sometimes when you're under center, and you've got it, your center has to make that hard step. The ball comes up a little short. You got to get in there and ride your hands and your feet with him for a half a second just to make sure you maintain that clean connection.
When the Fighters got to be kicking themselves right now. Their fans watching back home in Texas have got to be saying, wow, that was our football. They really should have had that recovery, but the Rattlers keep it. Pass caught, 20-yard line. Jamal Miles tries to spin around out of a tackle, but unable to. He's able to advance it, though, and that's Khalil Williams, who hangs onto the jersey, brings him down, and a 5-yard gain. Ball at the 20 of Frisco.
And that's one of those situations where you need to understand, in this game of this magnitude, every yard counts, right? So when you make this catch here, turn, throw your right shoulder upfield. You could have got 2 more yards, but when you spin backwards, you lose a couple yards. Turn, throw that left shoulder down, and get upfield towards the sideline. Instead of 3rd and 5, it's 3rd and 3 here.
Miles, the inside receiver on the right side this time, but they'll throw the opposite way and find Jared Harrington falling to his back, but cradling the ball, a catch, and a 9-yard pickup on the play. The ball will go to the 11-yard line of the Fighters. And the Rattlers on the move with their second possession of the game.
It's just a nice little short sail route. Drew throws it a little low, but great job of concentrating by Harrington.
Ball at the 11 now. And the ball on the left hash for Powell and the offense. Harrington motions to the line, and the quarterback sweeping all the way by himself. And he is going to get buried under a sea of humanity on the far side of the field. He crossed the 10, got to the 8. That's a 3-yard pickup on the play for Powell, and that'll bring up 2nd down at 7.
Well, that's darn near 800 pounds of defense running that direction, just with the front.
Well, when you put it that way.
Injury timeout.
Well, the quarterback was taking, I thought, the brunt of all of that on the far side. It turns out it's one of the defenders for the Fighters that is injured and on the turf right now. We hope he's okay. We'll try to identify him as soon as we can. Meanwhile, let's check in again. Let's find out. I see that we are swapping out microphones with Joe Pequeno down on the field, and we'll see if microphone number 2 is going to work. Joe is down there. Joe, does it look like you've got a status light on the LED readout? We'll find out soon enough. Let's throw it down. Hey, Joe. And now they're going to work it a little bit. Okay. Joe, are you with us? Still not. Okay. All right. Well, thanks, Joe. We'll continue to work on that issue with Joe's microphone while there is an injured player down on the field for the Fighters. Well, here's the story. If you win this game, here you get home field advantage throughout the playoffs. We know this for certain. Both these teams are going to finish high enough in the standings, regardless of the outcome of tonight's final regular season game for them, they're going to finish high enough in the standings to get a home playoff game next week. For example, the Rattlers have secured a 3:05 p.m. start to a playoff game next Sunday, August 29th. So it's on Sunday. It'll be at home. It'll be right here at the Footprint Center for the Rattlers. The only question is, do they get to keep playing at home? And part of that is decided with the game here tonight. The outcome of this one will determine who gets home field throughout the playoffs. There'll be 3 rounds. That includes the championship round. Both teams will be at home in the first round. If the Rattlers lose, and Massachusetts holds on and wins their game that they were winning comfortably last time we checked in, and it looks like it's
still the same.
The lead has grown for Massachusetts. They look like they're going to get a win tonight over Iowa. Well, the Rattlers could find themselves, they lose this game, they'll get a home game in the first round, but likelihood is that they would be on the road in the second round.
Correct.
Boy, Harrington gets deposited in the backfield, and that is just a great defensive play.
Charles Williams talked about him, and that's another tackle for loss.
Boy, that was a terrific job by the front man, and he planted. Drew, that's just your basic form tackle right there. Well, ball did advance to the 10-yard line, or at least, I should say, lost 2 yards, pardon me.
He is extremely explosive off the edge and plays the run just as well as he does the pass. Good-looking player.
3rd down and 9. Can get a first down. Throw to the end zone. That one is going to pierce the defense for a Rattlers touchdown. Troy Pelletier on the receiving end of that touchdown pass off the hand of Drew Powell.
This is nice, and they're going to allow Drew to try and beat them through the air. They don't want Drew to beat him with his legs, and Drew looks locked in through the air tonight. He's got to stay right where he's at, but you see this laser right down the middle, right into the living room to Troy Pelletier.
And a big thank you to Nova Home Loans, our official presenting sponsor of replays with the Arizona Rattlers. And the Lacayo point after is up and good, and we grab a timeout with 2:34 on the clock here in the first period. The offenses have been perfect so far. The Rattlers have scored twice with the ball. Frisco once, and our score is Arizona 14, Frisco 7. This is Arizona Rattlers football.
I always make sure I have Victus with me wherever I go. Before and after practice, before and after a workout, even before and after I sleep. Victus is the full package when it comes to rest and recovery.
Victus is safe and effective, and that's the most important detail for us. We need our players on the field on game day, and if we're going to continue our winning ways, then Victus will help our players get as close to 100% as possible.
Getting the right loan with the best combination of service rates and fees isn't always as easy as pushing a button, particularly for people who don't fit the cookie-cutter approval process. The square pegs, the self-employed, recently divorced, less-than-perfect credit, steadfast hard workers. At Nova Home Loans, we work hard to deliver real loans to real people living real lives. Nova Home Loans. Together, we've got this.
It happened. We got the house! You did! 2,000 miles away.
We do long distance moves every day.
Pods does all the driving and so much more.
Need extra help loading?
Yes.
We got this.
Also might want
more time. We're flexible.
Flexible means you can keep your container longer or store with us. Then we deliver it to your home, across town or across the country.
We made it.
Yeah, you did.
Pods, your personal moving and storage team.
The Arizona Rattlers have had the ball twice, and they have scored twice. They lead 14-7 over the Frisco Fighters in a monster IFL football matchup. Winner of this game gets home field advantage throughout the playoffs to come. Lacayo will knock this one high in the air. Comes down at the 4-yard line. Here's the Fighters' return, and good coverage.
It's a short kick, but the coverage gets down so quick.
2:22 on the clock here in this first quarter. Fighters get the ball for the second time today.
And as long as Malik Henry could stay comfortable, because that rushing attack's able to get it going. He is a guy that can throw the ball as well as anybody. But you've got to disrupt his timing and make him feel uncomfortable.
Henry looks deep down the middle. His man is open. The pass is right on target, and that is a Fighters touchdown. Well delivered by Malik Henry. And the guy on the receiving end that hauled it in, Gerard Hurd, pardon me on the pronunciation. He just split the safeties.
And he's also a guy that gets quarterback reps as well, but beautiful throw. And listen, when you're playing zone coverage, you need to be as deep as the deepest.
Number 70 offense is eligible, number 70.
You get caught staring inside. Terrell Pearson gets caught staring, and you can't let anybody get over the top of you. Force him to make throws and to hold the ball a little bit longer. That's easy, especially when you're in the right defense, to take that away.
Martinez to try the point after. And his kick looked pushed from this back angle, but he was able to split it. Mark Munson, the holder, put it down for him, and the kick ties things up. So these offenses, they're both flying high tonight in Phoenix. 14-14 is our score with 57 seconds remaining in the first period as we welcome you all into our broadcast coverage of Arizona Rattlers football. Many of you watching online on the Indoor Football League's YouTube channel. And we do appreciate you being with us.
It's awesome. Great night. Great game. Offensive has started hot tonight. They're both ready to go, and both teams look playoff ready at this moment.
I want to thank you for joining us across the valley on local TV. How about KPHE TV channel 44 Phoenix and LATV digital channel 44.1. You can also watch this game on Cox Cable channel 405. A number of different places, multiple ways that you can enjoy Arizona Rattlers football. Rattler Nation. And here's a kick that will carry him into the stands. Well, that's going to be tipped into the stands by Jamal Miles. He couldn't hang on to it. So the Rattlers will take over the football at their own 6-yard line, and the offense will return to the field. They've been perfect so far. They did put the ball on the ground once.
Touched by a receiver. The ball will be placed where it crossed the sideline. First down.
They did. Rattlers put the ball on the ground once on that last possession, but they were able to make the recovery and then cash in the possession for the 6. We're tied 14-14.
This is a duel. This is going to be one of those moments, and we've already had a blink moment on that fumbled snap that you talked about. Frisco unable to come up with it.
The Fighters, well, they like to blitz. Will they come? Here's the handoff right side, and the first time we get to see the ball on the ground and carrying the football over the right side is Daryl Monroe. Monroe gets driven out into the dasher pad, and his gain is about 4 yards on the play.
And again, to keep him honest play, start out quick, 4 tough yards, and man, what a great first quarter we've had offensively.
That is the end of the first period. Timeout.
And it does bring us to the end of the first quarter. Hey, what a great start here. The Rattlers own the football, and they've got themselves into a great game with the Frisco Fighters. It's 14-14, second quarter on the way. Stand by, everybody. This is Arizona Rattlers football.
Getting the right loan with the best combination of service rates and fees isn't always as easy as pushing a button, particularly for people who don't fit the cookie-cutter approval process. The square pegs, the self-employed, recently divorced, less than perfect credit, steadfast hard workers.
At Nova Home Loans, we work hard to deliver real loans to real people living real lives. Nova Home Loans. Together, we've got this.
If DJ Citizen Jane quit on her passion for music, she never would have left her career as a detective to pursue it. If she let starting at the bottom scare her, she never would have hustled to play bigger and bigger shows. And if she was content with being one of the best Latina artists in Miami, she wouldn't be electrifying the crowd in sold-out shows around the world. That's the fighting spirit. That's what makes a lion. Modelo, root for those with a fighting spirit.
I always make sure I have Victus with me wherever I go. Before and after practice, before and after a workout, even before and after I sleep. Victus is the full package when it comes to rest and recovery.
Victus is safe and effective, and that's the most important detail for us. We need our players on the field on game day, and if we're going to continue our winning ways, then Victus will help our players get as close to 100% as possible.
Always make
At Honor Health, we honor our patients and community. Our mission is to improve the health and well-being of those we serve. We care for every dimension of you, from the physical to the emotional. We go beyond what's expected to provide the right care focused on what's best for you. Honor Health. Honor above all.
Back in for the start of the second quarter. This is Arizona Rattlers football. Floyd Simmons, Cedric Bonner, and Drew Powell looking deep. And there was contact before Harrington could make his final cut. And that should be holding on the defense, and it will be a holding penalty. That'll be an automatic first down, 15-yard mark off. And the Rattlers offense will move the ball out from their 9-yard spot here now out to near midfield.
Holding, defense number 2. That's a 10-yard penalty. It's also an automatic first down.
10-yard penalty on the hold. And they'll mark the ball at the 19-yard line.
Yeah, nice corner out. And listen, if you're beat, that's the best thing you can do. You give up 10 yards instead of 6 points.
First down, pump fake, and trying to find Pelletier going down the sideline. Boy, that's just out of the reach of the defender. Back there in coverage on that to try to make that play was Khalil Williams.
Well, two teaching moments for Troy Pelletier. Number one, if you're running a takeoff route, you have really got to sell it. You got to do a better job of selling the route. Get up on the toes. You can't just glide into it. Second thing, you don't stop, take off, and stop again, ever. That's a turnover waiting to happen.
Well, Drew read the move down deep downfield, and the Rattlers can be grateful that a second near turnover did not result. Powell looks right, now looks to the middle, and under pressure will throw this one high and incomplete. And he takes a shot in the backfield. There's a marker down.
Illegal defense here.
Holding, defense, number 22. 10-yard penalty, also an automatic first down.
That's right, that's another first.
Well, the best offense on this series so far for the Rattlers has been the defensive holding.
Well, you're watching Jared Harrington run that route the last time through. He's got two safeties wide apart. If he just splits them and runs hard, he's got a chance to get the ball.
Fake it, Harrington. Powell over the right side, and Powell gets stopped after a short gain. He's going to take it across the Fighters 20 to the 18-yard line. That's just shy of a 4-yard pickup on the play. Second down, straight ahead for the Rattlers offense.
I tell you, Jock Boudreau is playing tonight. Gets back in the lineup.
Tough play out on the edge for that Fighters defense. Our score here 14-14. 12 minutes and 50 seconds on the clock. In the second quarter, motion to the line. Powell throws quickly. He's got a man out of the cut, and that pass is caught for a touchdown. The Rattlers get it done. Jamal Miles was on the receiving end. You talk about a couple of great cuts these receivers have made early on in the game. Said, and I thought that was a beautiful cut on that corner route for the touchdown.
You know you're an empty, right? You've got a free rusher coming at you. You've got the smash concept. A guy going to the corner, another guy holding outside. This is great timing and a great quick read by Drew Powell. The ball comes out early, gives his receiver a chance to go get it. Beautiful throw.
Rattlers stumbled a bit in that possession, and yet they finish strong with a great pass from Powell to Miles, and the touchdown puts the Rattlers ahead again, and the point after makes it 21-14. Second quarter action from the Footprint Center. Stand by for the kickoff. This is Arizona Rattlers football.
Play outside. Play inside. Play in style all summer long. Talking Stick Resort's summer playcation starting at $109 a night with a $25 food and beverage credit. Also, take advantage of great deals at Top Golf, Talking Stick Golf Club, iFly, Octane Raceway, Medieval Times, and much more. Summer playcation at Talking Stick Resort. Play in style.
It happened. We got the house! You did! 2,000 miles away.
We do long distance moves every day.
Pods does all the driving and so much more.
Need extra help loading?
Yes.
We got this.
Also might want
more time. We're flexible.
Flexible means you can keep your container longer or store with us. Then we deliver it to your home, across town, or across the country.
We made it.
Yeah, you did.
Pods, your personal moving and storage team.
Rattler Nation, your team is on fire. The Rattlers are poised to strike for another professional indoor football league championship, and they're playing as hot as the Arizona sun. Get your tickets now for the next Rattlers matchup at the Snake Pit, Phoenix Suns Arena, for the hardest hitting, fastest action, and most family fun in professional sports. Tickets are on sale now. Go to azrattlers.com or call 602-514-8274. Buy single game tickets right now at Ticketmaster or go to azrattlers.com.
21-14, the Arizona Rattlers in front of the Frisco Fighters. Well, folks, if you wanted a great game and a possible preview of the United Bowl, the championship game, you're getting it right now with the Rattlers and the Fighters. Arizona, they came in with an 11-2 record. The Fighters check into this one at 10-2. Just a half game behind. Oh, and there's that Massachusetts team as well that's going to finish, it looks like, their season with only 2 losses. Here's the kick. Out of the end zone. And a helicopter-ish tackle made out at about the 13-yard line. On the return out there for the Fighters, Marcus Rogers brought it out. It's first down at the 9-yard line.
This is a good effort getting down the field. Cockrell and Butler getting down there and making the play. And for the Rattler defense, it's time to make something happen because it has been too smooth sailing for Malik Henry in his Snake Pit debut. He looks like he belongs in here.
Doing a good job in front of the hostile crowd. And by the way, what a great crowd. This may be the largest crowd of the season for the Rattlers as they wrap up the regular season. Henry throwing over the middle. There's contact, and the pass is incomplete. Too long for the intended receiver. That's Marcus Rogers. And he was looking around trying to find a flag. Didn't get one.
Well, Terrell got away with the old right hand on his right hip. You couldn't really see it. It was just a little hip tug. Got away with one there. But you see right now the strike fast and aggressive mentality right now Dan Rodabaugh is going with his play calls.
Second down play, the ball at the 8-yard line. The Fighters' own 8-yard line. Quick throw right side toward the sideline. Well, that was going to be about a 5-yard gain, but a great job after the catch, just fighting for the extra yardage. Manny Arsenault is able to take it and get another, 2 yards out of it to the 15-yard line. Well done. 7-yard pickup.
You need that vet. Every team needs that vet that's been around, that will buy in and do everything you're supposed to do. Manny has been big for them this season. Came into the game with 6 touchdowns on the season, 32 receptions.
Look at the one-handed grab, reach behind, pull it down, and boy, this Fighters team shows why they have been at the top of the standings all year. Bryce Wilkerson bringing it in.
That's a play there where Devin Cockrell needs to go through the receiver. See, he's trying to go get the pick. If he runs through that receiver's waistline, that ball's dropped. But he's thinking about the interception, changing the tide here. But a terrific catch.
First down play, the ball at the 22-yard line. Frisco's own 22. Henry hands off, and the ball comes across the left side. That'll be shy of the first down, but it did cross midfield. On the carry was DeMarcus Felton, and down on the field, we're going to try again with Joe Pequeno. Let's see if this one's the charm. Hey, Joe.
Evening. When it's all.
Well, we had Joe for. Didn't have him at all earlier, and we got just a slice of him right there. Joe, we're going to continue working on that issue.
That's not enough of Joe.
No, it isn't really. We want more Joe Pequeno, don't we? We just made another switch on one of our transmitters, or rather receivers, and we'll see if that does the trick. And there's an incomplete pass left side. Joe, how about we try you, Joe? One more time. Let's give this a shot. Joe Pequeno down on the field.
Floyd, can you hear me okay?
Hey, there you are, Joe.
There you go. Well, when it's all said and done, the Indoor Football League is going to have a hard time picking its Coach of the Year, but I can tell you, Rattlers' Kevin Guy and Frisco's Clint Dozell will be in the conversation. Rattlers 11-2 in title contention. Frisco 10-2. Dozell's done a great job in his first year, and we'll have more after this play.
Thank you, Joe. Fake the toss, throw back left side, and just beautiful defense by the Rattlers coming up. Tyrell Pearson makes the great stop on the receiver. That's Arsenault pulling it in, but boy, what a great job defensively.
Great job. Bryce Wilkerson tried to make the block, and he just gets rid of him. Fights off the block, a big-time play.
Well done. Hey, Joe Pequeno, I know you have more. And with the crowd making all that noise, a little tough to hear on the earpiece. Showing blitz, here comes the blitz. Ricky Wyatt Jr. on the blitz, but the pass caught over the middle for a first down. And well delivered by Henry, and the guy on the receiving end was Bryce Wilkerson, and that'll move the sticks again, the ball down to the 12-yard line.
You know the ball's got to come out quick. It's just a little shield route. Run one receiver upfield to move a defender, run the other one directly underneath them. Great throw and catch and conversion.
21-14, the Rattlers in front of the Fighters. 6:58 on the clock, second quarter. And down to 12 seconds on the play clock. Malik Henry gets the movement forward, hands it off left side. There's not a whole lot happening there. Well done up front by that Rattler defensive front. And on the carry was DeMarcus Felton. Felton with a shy of a 2-yard gain on that play. Second down coming up. The ball rests at the Rattlers' 11-yard line.
Strong at the point of attack. Right here is where this dynamic trio up front of Gordon, Evans, and Devonzo have to get it done.
Henry, quick throw right side. This one is uncatchable, just off the fingertips. Good effort made on that right side by Mark Munson, but he couldn't haul it in. That gives me a chance to remind you, everybody, that Nova Home Loans is the exclusive Arizona Rattlers instant replay presenting sponsor. Thank you for your partnership, Nova Home Loans. And that incomplete pass will bring up 3rd down and 9. The ball at the 11-yard line of Arizona. Let's see if this defense can come up with a stop. Great crowd tonight at the Footprint Center, and they're making noise for their team. Let's see if they can get a third down stop right here. Henry. And he'll throw incomplete. Trying to find that dig route near the goal line, and that's going to be too tall. And that'll bring up fourth down. 4th down and 9. The ball at the Arizona 11-yard line. Well, this is a game where turnovers are huge, critical, and here's a chance.
Well, they're actually going to go for a field goal here. Christoph Martinez is one of the top kickers in the league. He's solid. You want to get points on the board, but if you're Arizona, you've got to be happy here that you've gotten a stop.
Number 70.
Feels almost like a stop, doesn't it?
It is a stop. You hold them to 3 points, it's a stop.
One of those small victories in the course of a game. And the snap, and Martinez puts it up, and he puts it right through for the points. Well, the Rattlers will hang on to the lead, 21-17. Our score here in the second quarter, 4 minutes and 34 seconds. Showing on the clock. Stand by. Kickoff coming right up. This is Arizona Rattlers football.
If DJ Citizen Jane quit on her passion for music, she never would have left her career as a detective to pursue it. If she let starting at the bottom scare her, she never would have hustled to play bigger and bigger shows. And if she was content with being one of the best Latina artists in Miami, she wouldn't be electrifying the crowd in sold-out shows around the world. That's the fighting spirit. That's what makes a lion. Modelo, root for those with a fighting spirit.
Play outside. Play inside. Play in style all summer long. Talking Stick Resort's summer playcation starting at $109 a night with a $25 food and beverage credit. Also, take advantage of great deals at Odyssey, Butterfly Wonderland, Pangea, Mavericks, and much more. Summer playcation at Talking Stick Resort. Play in style.
The kickoff coming directly your way here. It's 21-17. The Rattlers in front of the Frisco Fighters. The offenses have not been denied, at least in terms of putting points on the board, but that was a big 4th down that the Rattlers forced. They forced the 3 points. Here's the return, and Jamal Miles bringing it out. He gets tackled out there short of the 20-yard line, put him right at about the 18, maybe. Well, you're going to call him the 19-yard line. First down, and let's check in with Joe Baqueno.
Yeah, good evening, Floyd. You know, the showdown in the desert features two of the best coaches in the IFL. Rattlers Kevin Guy, the team with a record 11-2. Clint Dozell, Frisco first-year record of 10-2. These two great coaches have tremendous history. Kevin Guy and the Rattlers back in 2013 knocked off Clint Dozell as head coach of the Philadelphia Soul in the Arena Bowl. And in 2016, Dozell and the Philadelphia Soul returned the favor, beating the Rattlers in the Arena Bowl. So once again, huge matchup between these two teams for the top seed.
And there's a big catch. And a big gain for Jared Harrington. Hauls it in, sidesteps a tackler, and he goes inside the 10-yard line.
When Clint was actually calling plays in 2012, they beat that same Philadelphia Soul team in the Arena Bowl en route to their first of 3 straight championships for the Rattlers. A lot of history with these guys. They understand each other. Great deal of respect for each other.
Two of the best that ever patrol the sideline, right?
Well, and you know, in Clint's case and Dan's case, the field as well. As quarterbacks, great players.
Ball at the 7-yard line. Toss left side. Monroe has it. Across the 5. Trying to sneak his way into the end zone. Gets pushed out at about the 2-yard line. Monroe with a nice pickup on the play. And that'll get the Rattlers in prime position with a 4-point lead, 21-17. And now 2:49 remaining. here in the first half. Big thanks for joining us. As we see an IFL headline there, good news for the coach of the Frisco Fighters, Coach Dolezal.
I mean, these two guys are two of the top to do it, but you got to give some respect to Patrick Pass and the group out in Massachusetts. They're also in their first year.
How do you like this play? Drew Powell fakes it, decides to go up the middle with it. Just when it looked like he was going to get stopped, maybe lose a yard on the play, he is able to keep those legs moving and fight his way forward for some yardage. He gets it to the 1 yard line. Boy, Drew Powell, quarterback's not supposed to be able to do that.
Well, that quarterback is. I mean, leads the league in rushing, has been dominant on the ground, and teams are really stacking the box, trying to force him to beat them with his arm. And he's consistently gotten better throughout the year in the passing game, being more efficient.
Ball just outside the 1 yard line. They'll fake it. And look at the stutter step, reverse field, and into the end zone. Drew Powell has an Arizona touchdown. Just a great job by Powell. Stick that foot in the ground, change directions, and fight your way into the end zone.
I tell you what, the smallest, Jeremiah Harris, the smallest guy on the field, took exception to the players laying on his leg. You see him right there, just getting the guys off of him. Very fortunate he wasn't flagged there for that play. But I love the fact that he's trying to come to aid of his quarterback.
Thank you to Nova Home Loans for the replay looks right there. Exclusive replay sponsor for the Arizona Rattlers. Harrington's hold, Lacayo's kick, and it's good. And our score is 28-17. The Rattlers in front with a minute remaining here in the first half. We'll grab this timeout. Back in a moment with more Arizona Rattlers football.
It happened. We got the house! We did! 2,000 miles away.
We do long distance moves every day.
Pods does all the driving and so much more.
Need extra help loading?
Yes.
We got this.
Also might want
more time. We're flexible.
Flexible means you can keep your container longer or store with us. Then we deliver it to your home, across town or across the country.
We made it.
Yeah, you did!
Pods, your personal moving and storage team.
At Honor Health, we honor our patients and community. Our mission is to improve the health and well-being of those we serve. We care for every dimension of you, from the physical to the emotional. We go beyond what's expected to provide the right care focused on what's best for you. Honor Health. Honor above all.
Rattler Nation, your team is on fire. The Rattlers are poised to strike for another professional indoor football league championship, and they're playing as hot as the Arizona sun. Get your tickets now for the next Rattlers matchup at the Snake Pit, Phoenix Suns Arena, for the hardest hitting, fastest action, and most family fun in professional sports. Tickets are on sale now. Go to azrattlers.com or call 602-514-8274. Buy single game tickets right now at Ticketmaster or go to azrattlers.com.
28-17, our score at the Footprint Center. Downtown Phoenix, Arizona, triple digits today. Scorching outside. Hot as can be on the field tonight. So far, the offenses have not failed to put points on the board. But with the Rattlers holding to a field goal, that became a big move for them. And here is the return by the Fighters. They'll take it out to the 14-yard line, and that is where Malik Henry will set it up with his offense, and we will throw it down on the field where Joe Pequeno is standing by. Hey, Joe.
Thank you, Floyd. It's red hot outside, and the Arizona Rattlers offense is red hot. Drew Powell on the touchdown run. Drew, so far, you guys have not been stopped.
Yeah, I mean, this is a good game plan going in this week. They're doing a lot of stuff that we saw on film, so we just doing a good job of executing and getting downhill. So we should see a lot more of that.
Drew, what's the intensity like on the field with the top seed on the line?
You can feel it, man. It's a playoff game, and that's how it feels. The fans are excited. We're excited. We just want to finish.
Drew Powell getting it done. Hey, Floyd said, in Drew, we trust.
Here's the handoff right side. And a nice gain on first down, carrying the football over that right side of the defense was DeMarcus Felton for the Fighters. He takes it to the 21-yard line, 7-yard pickup on the play.
This is a really good call early on. You know that line is frothing at the mouth to get back on your young quarterback. DeMarcus Felton gets a nice run, and this is kind of a shot area where you could take a shot at getting a big play.
25 seconds remain in the half. Throwing right side, and look at the hand go up and deflect the ball away. I'm not even sure that Pearson was looking back. It's deflected and intercepted. Dylan Winfrey on the back of that play. Did he just come up with another interception?
It's a great effort if he did.
Let's take a look at the replay. Wow, what a play by Dylan Winfrey. The tip by Pearson.
Oh, right into your living room. Talk about this Nova. Nova look right here. Ball little thrown behind.
Clean.
Winfrey. Oh my gosh.
Clean all the way.
What kind of tear is that young man on right now?
Great teamwork in coverage. Pearson the tip. Hey, that's the tip drill right there, isn't it?
5 in the last 3 weeks, 5 or 6 in the last 3 weeks, interceptions.
Winfrey was the IFL's defensive player of the game a couple of games back for the team on the strength of a 3-interception effort. Here's a diving attempt by Harrington that is incomplete, hit the ground. Fans didn't agree with the officials.
It's the right call. Jared's got to do a better job of seeing the coverage, getting squared up and stopping earlier, right? He's got that huge void out in the middle of the field. He's got to do a better job of getting there and stopping.
Blitz, number 58 defense. 5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Well, the incomplete pass will not end up hurting the team much. They're going to get 5 yards and a replay of the first down.
It's a great concept there. You got 2 going vertical outside. Your inside guy has the option to stop. He makes a great choice, but he's got to get to it quicker and get his number squared up to his quarterback.
We're going to get a stoppage play here with 16 seconds remaining in the half. See who grabbed that timeout, if indeed a timeout was taken. Neither coach is calling their team over, so stopped for a moment. Unclear why. The official is not going to explain.
Adjust the change. It doesn't go to 1st and 5. It
automatic first down?
Back to 1st and 10, not 1st and 5.
28-17. 16 seconds remaining in the first half of this one. Motion to the line, and they're going to throw the screen over the middle. Monroe has it. He's got a wall of blockers in front. Breaks to the outside, and Darrell goes inside the 15-yard line for the Rattlers. Make it the 13. Big play, big gain. Set up nicely for the final 7 seconds of the half.
Gives them an opportunity. You still got 3 timeouts left, but you still need to keep in mind everything that you need to do here has to happen quick. And they're going to use their first of 3 timeouts.
Timeout. Arizona, their first charge timeout of the half.
That was a 28-yard gain on the screen. And what a big play as the Rattlers take the first of their 3 timeouts. First timeout anybody has called so far here in the game. So they'll have 2 remaining with 7 seconds left.
I tell you, these are, you can't, the compliments just fly off when you talk about these 2 coaches, but 2 of the best game managers I've seen on any level, both of them. They understand what they want to get to and when they want to get to it. They just do a great job of game management, which is hard to do. It's something you kind of take for granted, but when you've been doing it as long as they have, they fully understand and grasp what they want to do.
I think you can make an argument that that's the real difference between the great ones and the good ones, don't you think? A lot of coaches,
sure,
you know, I mean, as much education as is available out there, you can go to conferences and you can learn offenses all day long, but being able to apply it, clock management, game management, big stuff. Coach Guy, let's see what he does here. Loft to the end zone. That's at the back of the end zone. That's over everybody, incomplete. That'll stop the clock with 5 seconds remaining. And we'll see if Coach Guy wants to spend another timeout right here. The clock did stop. And they got plenty of time. They haven't started the play clock yet.
I think he can take a shot here with pushing vertical, maybe even loading up like you're trying to just throw it up to a guy inside and then drop it down. You've got another timeout.
We will be reviewing the clock on replay.
Well, listen, you know, I was just before the official said that, I was just thinking to myself, I'm thinking to myself, how could that only take 2 seconds? To get the snap, throw it at the back of the end zone on an arc.
I mean, you know.
I think it's probably going to be 4 seconds.
I don't know about 4. 4 seconds is a long time. Maybe, I'll give you 3 maybe.
Let's take a look at our Nova Home Loans replay. See if we've got an indication of what the clock looks like. Here's the snap.
Yeah, that's about 3.5, maybe 4.
Yeah,
he shuffled back.
Really
he
is.
shuffled back a little bit. I thought he just grabbed it and threw it.
Well, we don't actually have a look at the clock on the replays. The clock wipes off, right?
He had it in his hand, and it hadn't moved yet.
Here we go.
It's determined the game clock started late. Therefore, the correct time for the second quarter is 4 seconds left.
Well, I'm not going to say I told you so, but I
said 3. You said 4.
I think I told you so.
But I said 3.
Yes, you did.
You said 4.
And after now looking at the replay again, I think you're probably closer to right than I was.
I am, because it's 4 seconds left.
No, I said 4. You said 3.
No, you said 4. Never mind. Who's on first?
We'll go
Who's
back.
on first?
We'll go back and look at the tape. 4 seconds remaining, and Ernesto Lacayo is on for a 27-yard field goal try. See if the Rattlers can put points on the board, and they do as time expires.
That is the end of the second period.
And it's halftime here in Phoenix. A pretty convincing lead, 31-17. That's the score here now. So we get set to throw it down on the field where Joe Pequeno was standing by, and he'll be joined by the coach that's leading at home in this one, Kevin Guy. Let's throw it to you, Joe.
Well, Coach, an impressive first half by your team. First, offensively, you score in every possession.
Yeah, we're clicking right now. I'd like to score a little faster, but we're clicking right now. We just got to keep our foot on the gas pedal here and not blink.
Dylan Winfrey, what can you say about his performance over the last 3 weeks, and then steps up again with a big diving pick?
Well, I think they were expecting us to onside kick there, so we kicked deep, and then what we did was we got up and pressured them with underneath man-to-man coverage with safety over the top, and we got us a pick.
Coach, good luck in the second half. Boyd, back to you.
Thank you, Joe. And our halftime score is 31-17. Well crafted by the Rattlers in that first half as they battle, they fight for home field advantage. A victory tonight gets them that throughout the playoffs coming up. We'll grab a timeout, and we'll be back to break it down on your halftime here in just a few moments, everybody. Thanks for joining us from Phoenix, Arizona for this broadcast of Arizona Rattlers football. Back in a moment.
Getting the right loan with the best combination of service rates and fees isn't always as easy as pushing a button, particularly for people who don't fit the cookie-cutter approval process. The square pegs, the self-employed, recently divorced, less than perfect credit, steadfast hard workers. At Nova Home Loans, we work hard to deliver real loans to real people living real lives. Nova Home Loans. Together, we've got this.
I always make sure I have Victus with me wherever I go. Before and after practice, before and after a workout, even before and after I sleep. Victus is the full package when it comes to rest and recovery.
Victus is safe and effective, and that's the most important detail for us. We need our players on the field on game day, and if we're going to continue our winning ways, then Victus will help our players get as close to 100% as possible.
What would you need to experience life in full motion? Expertise to provide the best care, unsurpassed training and technique. It requires the best orthopedic surgeons. Ortho Arizona.
Play outside. Play inside. Play in style all summer long. Talking Stick Resort's summer playcation starting at $109 a night with a $25 food and beverage credit. Also, take advantage of great deals at Topgolf, Talking Stick Golf Club, iFly, Octane Raceway, Medieval Times, and much more. Summer playcation at Talking Stick Resort. Play in style.
If DJ Citizen Jane quit on her passion for music, she never would have left her career as a detective to pursue it. If she let starting at the bottom scare her, she never would have hustled to play bigger and bigger shows. And if she was content with being one of the best Latina artists in Miami, she wouldn't be electrifying the crowd in sold-out shows around the world. That's the fighting spirit. That's what makes a lion. Modelo, root for those with a fighting spirit.
Rattler Nation, your team is on fire. The Rattlers are poised to strike for another professional indoor football league championship, and they're playing as hot as the Arizona sun. Get your tickets now for the next Rattlers matchup at the Snake Pit, Phoenix Suns Arena, for the hardest hitting, fastest action, and most family fun in professional sports. Tickets are on sale now. Go to azrattlers.com or call 602-514-8274. Buy single game tickets right now at Ticketmaster or go to azrattlers.com.
At Honor Health, we honor our patients and community. Our mission is to improve the health and well-being of those we serve. We care for every dimension of you, from the physical to the emotional. We go beyond what's expected to provide the right care focused on what's best for you. Honor Health. Honor above all.
A lot of fun going on down on the field here at the Footprint Center, the home of the Arizona Rattlers, the Snake Pits. Welcome in, everybody. Floyd Simmons along with Cedric Bonner, the great one, play-by-play call of this big matchup tonight here. The Arizona Rattlers hosting the Frisco Fighters. Arizona 11-2 coming in, Frisco 10-2. And the final regular season game for both teams. The Rattlers have guaranteed themselves a home playoff game next Sunday. It'll be 3:05 in the afternoon. We don't know who they'll play yet. But they will be at home for sure no matter what happens here in this one today. But the winner of this game gets home field advantage throughout the playoffs. Said, how about home field advantage? Is that a lot to play for tonight?
It's a big deal. Listen, for your organization, right, to get 2 more, 3 more, or 2 extra home games, it's a big deal for the organization. It's a big deal for the team to be in front of this great crowd every weekend, to have teams come in here and try to win a championship. Having to go through the desert, it's a tough thing to do.
Looking back on the first half, big turnover toward the end of that second period. A deflected ball by Pearson, the interception by Dylan Winfrey. He is an interception machine this season for the Rattlers. They get the ball, they cash that into points. They get the field goal at the end. It's a 2-touchdown lead, 31-17 at halftime. The Rattlers in front of Frisco. They played with the exception on offense of 3 or 4 plays in a series that still netted them a touchdown. I thought they played a flawless first half.
Yeah, but they were able to overcome those mistakes, right, to continue to go. Early on, they dodged the bullet with the fumbled snap. They were able to rewrite the ship and keep it going. They're looking really good right now. They got to keep it rolling.
The offense has put the points on the board. Great clock management at the end. I mean, it's every, one of the facets of the game seem to be going the Rattlers' way. They've got to do it, of course, in that second half. Remember, Arizona, in the first half of the season, one of the things that kind of marked the way they played their football was they got out early. They had great first halves. They had great starts to their efforts. And then the second half, they had problems. They seem to have corrected that. They've played some great games since they lost at Massachusetts. They have put together 4 quarters of great football multiple times. seems like they got over that. How much of that do you think is a concern in the second half coming out for Coach Guy?
Well, I don't think any, because of the importance of the moment, right? If you're locked in and you're staying in the moment, the things that occurred early in the season don't matter. You're in this moment right now. You're in control of your destiny. You got to go out every play and do all the little things right on every single play. And just let it fall where it may. If you do your job on every play, every guy in the locker room does their job on every play, they'll have a chance to win this game and move on with the #1 overall seed.
Said coaches in games like this, when you're playing with true professionals like they've got on both of these rosters, they really don't have to say a lot, do they?
No, they don't. They understand. I think what Clint's probably telling his guys is, hey, just relax. We came out, we got everything we wanted early, and made a couple mistakes, and now we find ourselves in a deficit. But indoor football, anything happens. Anything can happen. The tide could turn in a blink of an eye. You just have to keep going out and playing, and you can't have any more mistakes.
This could very well be a preview of the United Bowl at the end of the season. These two teams at the top of the standings.
I'm sure
could see each other
the
again.
Pirates would have something to say about that.
The Pirates, if they're paying attention to this game, and I'm sure they've tuned in, I believe their game is done.
Yeah, it was a dominant performance by them as it's been for them over the last several weeks. They're just mauling people up front and playing solid football.
Well, we welcome in the Pirates, the Pirate fans that have joined us to see what is going on in this big matchup here tonight. The winner of this game will have home field advantage throughout the playoffs. The loser of this game will get the 3 seed for the playoffs coming up, and Massachusetts will have the 2. So if you're the Rattlers, you lose this one, well then you've got that home playoff game next Sunday, but in all likelihood you would expect Massachusetts to get out of the first round.
You would have to go back to Massachusetts.
You'd be on the road flying to Massachusetts, and it didn't go so well for the Rattlers the first time they went out that direction. So there's a lot at stake, that's for certain. And our halftime score here, 31-17, the Rattlers in front of the Frisco Fighters. Take a look at some numbers and continue our breakdown here at halftime in just a moment. Don't go anywhere. We'll continue at halftime with Arizona Rattlers football.
It happened. We got the house! You did! 2,000 miles away.
We do long distance moves every day.
Pods does all the driving and so much more.
Need extra help loading?
Yes.
We got this.
Also might want
more time. We're flexible.
Flexible means you can keep your container longer or store with us. Then we deliver it to your home, across town or across the country.
We made it.
Yeah, you did!
Pods, your personal moving and storage team.
At Honor Health, we honor our patients and community. Our mission is to improve the health and well-being of those we serve. We care for every dimension of you, from the physical to the emotional. We go beyond what's expected to provide the right care focused on what's best for you. Honor Health. Honor above all.
Rattler Nation, your team is on fire. The Rattlers are poised to strike for another professional indoor football league championship, and they're playing as hot as the Arizona sun. Get your tickets now for the next Rattlers matchup at the Snake Pit, Phoenix Suns Arena, for the hardest hitting, fastest action, and most family fun in professional sports. Tickets are on sale now. Go to azrattlers.com or call 602-514-8274. Buy single game tickets right now at Ticketmaster or go to azrattlers.com.
Welcome back again, everybody. 31-17, the Rattlers lead the Frisco Fighters in this one. We have spent a lot of time talking about the coaching matchup. These two great coaches that have done so much, accomplished so much, both as players and as coaches in the league. And Kevin Guy makes a habit out of getting to the championship game. The last time a season was played, 2019, the Rattlers were in that championship game, undefeated going in, and lost a close one. And, you know, some of the great coaches said, most of the great coaches I've ever known, the losses stick with them more than more than the wins do, more than championships do. And, you know, I get that, but boy, I tell you, what is it about, what is it about coaches where they just struggle to live with the losses?
I think it's just the competitive nature, right? It's just it's what it is. I lost 3 championships in a row, and I can remember every single play from all 3 of those games. It's just the way you're built, the way you're wired. The championships, I don't remember a lot of those games, what happened in those games. However, losing those games, man, it was so memorable. The one thing I will say about Arizona losing the last 2 championships they played in here in the Valley of the Sun is they were not in this building. They were not in this building. The loss they had in this building came back in 2011. But this place, in a championship environment, championship game, you're talking about 17,000 rocking. If they can hold on here, finish tonight, and get through the playoffs and host that game here, you want to talk about a home field advantage. It's second to none.
Well, the Rattler fans have a reputation league-wide and valley-wide as well. This is as loyal and as loud a fan base as you get in Phoenix. Looking at some stats from that first half. Let me throw some numbers at you, Said, okay? The Rattlers lead in the rushing category. They have outrushed Frisco 31-26 yardage rushing in the game. And throwing the football, receiving yardage, passing yardage, 123 yards passing for the Rattlers and 89 yards passing for the Frisco offense. Are you a little surprised about the numbers there, and does it say something about the rush defense of Frisco that Arizona's numbers aren't a flip of that?
Yeah, when you look at the Frisco's defense, they're 1-2 in just about every major category. Scoring defense, they're 2. Total defense, they're number 1. Pass defense, they're number 2. Rush defense, they're number 1. So you knew that they were going to load the box and play with their most aggressive, physical guys up front. Those are the guys you're going to see tonight. So their plan coming in was to make Drew Powell beat them with the left arm. And he's been pretty solid tonight.
Let's throw it down on the field. Joe Pequeno standing by. Hey, Joe.
Hey, Floyd, you know, this week at practice, there was a tremendous buzz about this game. Talking to Nick DiVanzo, he said flat out, look, we're the better team. We just got to flat out bring it and close it out. Talking to Dylan Winfrey, he said at times, looking at Frisco on offense, opposing defenses were afraid to be physical with them and challenge them. He said, look, that's not going to be the case. We're going to come after them, and by the time this one is over, you're going to know who the number 1 team in the IFL is. And so far, Dylan Winfrey, DiVanzo, those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they're stepping up. And right now, the Rattlers are up at the half.
Thank you, Joe. And, yeah, no doubt, 2-touchdown lead right now, 31-17, as we close out our halftime remarks. Just taking a look at the individual numbers for the Rattlers. Drew Powell. Well, Drew has thrown a couple of passes, and I know he'd like to get back in that first half. A couple of pretty dangerous balls. One was probably the fault of a receiver and not his own fault on that. But with all that said and done, the most efficient passer in this league, the guy with the coming into the game with the highest completion percentage, is still playing at that level. 75% completions, 9 out of 12 for 123 yards and 2 touchdowns.
And here's the thing, early in the season, it wasn't that way, but it continued to climb and get better. And that's what you want to see. You want to see your quarterback improving, getting better as the season goes along. We know he's a phenomenal rusher of the football, but the passing is what it is.
Joe Pequeno has Coach Kevin Guy. Hey, Joe.
Thank you, Floyd. Here with Coach Kevin Guy. Coach, 14-point halftime lead. Obviously, that halftime locker room, it's got to be pretty fired up for the second half.
Well, we're just making sure that we stay on top of our execution. You know, it's about us and the guys on this bench right here in this locker room. So we just got to keep playing together, and not blink. Like we said, and being aggressive on defense.
You talk about being aggressive on defense. What do you want to see from that unit in the second half? Because they came up big in that latter part of the second half?
Well, I'd like to see lots of stops and lots of turnovers.
Thank you, Coach. Floyd, back to you.
You know, it's been all about the elementary part of the game for Coach Guy tonight. He just wants to see success.
That's every night.
Right? I mean, let's just do all the things that, make for a successful outcome at the end of the night. Looked at Drew Powell's numbers a moment ago. How about the rest of that offense? On the receiving end of things, the guy leading the way is Jared Harrington, 43 yards receiving on 3 catches for him in the game. Jamal Miles has caught 3 passes, 36 yards, and a touchdown. Daryl Monroe caught that screen pass that went for 28 yards. And that was just one reception of that half. And Troy Pelletier caught 2 balls for 16 yards. One of those was a touchdown reception. Running the football, Jared Harrington, 15 yards on 1 attempt. The quarterback, Drew Powell, 7 carries, only 11 yards. It's not a Drew Powell night.
That's ruining his average.
Really
is. Ruining his average. Subpar effort. Subpar effort.
For the season, he's over 7 yards rushing per attempt. Today, 1.1 yards. He does have a touchdown. Remember that? As he battled his way into the end zone. And Daryl Monroe, 2 carries for 8 yards this one tonight. We'll grab a timeout, and we'll get ready for the second half right after this. Folks, stand by. The second half does commence after this break. This is Arizona Rattlers football.
I always make sure I have Victus with me wherever I go. Before and after practice, before and after a workout, even before and after I sleep. Victus is the full package when it comes to rest and recovery.
Victus is safe and effective, and that's the most important detail for us. We need our players on the field on game day, and if we're going to continue our winning ways, then Victus will help our players get as close to 100% as possible.
We're your neighbors, and we're sports fans, huge fans. So come on over. It's game time. There's plenty of food and everything else we know you love. You choose your favorite games to watch and hear. We're your home for sports, Arizona. So join us today at CAZ Sports Bar at Casino, Arizona.
Getting the right loan with the best combination of service rates and fees isn't always as easy as pushing a button, particularly for people who don't fit the cookie-cutter approval process. The square pegs, the self-employed, recently divorced, less than perfect credit, steadfast hard workers. At Nova Home Loans, we work hard to deliver real loans to real people living real lives. Nova Home Loans. Together, we've got this.
Just about set to go in the second half of this one tonight. Final regular season game of the year for the Arizona Rattlers and for the Frisco Fighters. Whoever prevails this one tonight gets home field advantage throughout the playoffs coming up. Of course, they'll have to hold service at home throughout as well. You don't get that home game the next time out if you lose in any of the 3 rounds of the playoffs, right?
You get to pack your stuff and go home.
But you like to have it, though. And Ernesto Lacayo will punch this one ahead, and the second half is underway. Ball brought in at the 5-yard line, and good coverage. Short return out there for the Frisco Fighters. That was Marcus Rogers. And Marcus brings it out to the 9-yard line. Very short return. Good coverage by the Rattlers.
That high lofting kick, and he had 3 guys bearing down on him. Great job of just staying in your lane. Not getting out of control there.
Saw that look at Devin Cockrell just now, and he is the guy that made the tackle on special teams. First down play for Frisco coming up. They get the ball first here in the second half. Our score 31-17. Lead for the Fighters. Quick toss near side. Catch is made out here, and that is hauled in by Manny Arsenault. He is brought down at the 15-yard line. Gain of 6 on the play. Second down, 4 coming up.
Oh, reliable. Oh, reliable. You need a play. Who do you go to? 84 just seems to make it happen.
Everybody clap your hands.
1 minute into the second half, everybody, and can the Fighters, with the opening second half possession, cut into that 2-touchdown lead the Rattlers have right now? Henry, pump fake, throws, man, wide open. Catch is made downfield, and that's going to be inside the 5-yard line at the end of it. Bryce Wilkerson hauls it in. Beautifully delivered out there by Malik Henry.
And what's even better than that is that pass protection. Look at the time he has in here. And he double clutches and still brings it down. Great throw.
Great delivery. Wilkerson takes it to the 2-yard line. First down and goal. Fighters set the offense. Henry swings it near side. Great defense. Dylan Winfrey making a play in the backfield. Mark Munson caught that pass, lost 2 yards. Winfrey, another big play.
That's film study. Not giving enough room. Great recognition and a better job of finishing the play.
Sure tackle out there by Winfrey. The ball at the 4-yard line now. Second down and goal coming up.
And it's okay. You got a back like there like DeMarcus Felton.
Coach Guy adjusting his defense before the snap. Here's a throw toward the corner of the end zone. A battle. It's caught. And that one may have gone in. And the official coming in on the play says, yes, that's a Fighters touchdown. Hauling it in, Gerard Hurd is the guy that made the catch. And he somehow broke the plane. Boy, the players on the field are asking Coach.
I mean, I don't know if it's
to review the play.
Oh, you got to go across the front, Dylan Winfrey. All he's got to do is go swipe with his left hand.
You know, I think that Winfrey. I think they may have been right. I know that last angle that we looked at on the Nova Home Loans replay wasn't very good. And here comes the challenge flag just before the snap. And Arizona will challenge. I think they're gonna. I think if they're gonna win this challenge. I think. Well, I don't know. Did he catch it? Did the ball break the goal line on the catch?
The ruling on the field of a touchdown is being challenged by Arizona. The play's under further review.
The key thing
Oh, that's a touchdown.
Well, he doesn't have it yet. He has not brought it down yet.
Boy.
That's a catch right there. He's out of the end zone. Now, as the play goes on and he tries to get, because he's running out of the end zone on his own.
And they did not stop it there at that point. Although on replay, if they've got that angle to see down there on the challenge, that's where it's in the hands. But you say that's still not a catch right there, right?
He's not tucked it away. It's on his hands, and that's why he turned to fight. Let it run through a little bit, guys. Let's
watch the end of the play. So there is the ball in contact with the hands. Now the end of the play is the key right here. Where does he go down? And that is our best angle right there. So we're going to keep on looking at it. So let's look at the end of the play, guys. It's possible the knee went down before the ball broke the plane. And the officials may be looking at both.
But you can't let him get away with that throw right there. Dylan Winfrey's too good of a ball player to allow himself to be caught behind. If he just goes and swipes with his left hand, that's an incomplete pass. He is all over it.
After review, the ruling of a touchdown on the field stands. Touchdown.
Here's what I think. I think that no matter what, that was too hard. You can't overturn it. I don't think there was conclusive evidence on that.
Stands. That's why the call was stands. And listen, talk about a gutsy play. Gerard Hurd.
Number 7, he's eligible.
Great play by him, and you bailed your quarterback out because he has no business just flipping open and throwing that ball out there like that.
Martinez, the point after, it's good. And that will bring us a little bit closer. It's a one-touchdown game. Arizona 31. Frisco on their opening second-half possession gets points on the board. And it's 31-24. The Rattlers in front. Stand by, everybody. We'll continue in a moment. This is Arizona Rattlers football.
At Honor Health, we honor our patients and community. Our mission is to improve the health and well-being of those we serve. We care for every dimension of you, from the physical to the emotional. We go beyond what's expected to provide the right care focused on what's best for you. Honor Health. Honor above all.
DJ Citizen Jane quit on her passion for music, she never would have left her career as a detective to pursue it. If she let starting at the bottom scare her, she never would have hustled to play bigger and bigger shows. And if she was content with being one of the best Latina artists in Miami, she wouldn't be electrifying the crowd in sold-out shows around the world. That's the fighting spirit. That's what makes a lion. Modelo, root for those with a fighting spirit.
Visit SimonMed.com to find a location near you.
Third quarter action for you here from the Footprint Center, newly renamed home of the Arizona Rattlers, the Snake Pit. And a great crowd. They have opened up the top a couple of sections. Well, really more than a couple. I think 6 different sections they've opened up at the upper bowl here at the arena. Rattler fans coming out in force for this one, this big one. And then the playoffs are underway.
They're
8 days from now.
Playoffs are underway
Right now.
tonight.
Right now.
now, partner.
Right now. Hey, there's a battle for that final playoff spot at the bottom of the standings. We talk about how big this game is, but are you telling me that those teams that are in position to get the 8th spot in the playoffs, that those teams are not calling their game huge? Here is a short kickoff that is fielded. Great job by Jared Harrington. Tell me he didn't play some shortstop back in his high school baseball days. And he gets that ball inside the 13. Did a great job to catch it on the big hop. And his team and his offense is in great position to strike again. The Rattlers at the 13-yard line.
It's also the toughest area on the field to score. But when you've got it good at both ends, when you're able to throw it, you're able to run it, it does make it a little easier.
Thank you to Nova Home Loans, the official replay presenting sponsor of Arizona Rattlers football. 11 minutes showing on the clock, 31-24. The Rattlers trying to go up again by 2 scores. Here is a short pass caught. That'll be about a 5-yard pickup on the play. Jamal Miles hauling that one in. No, pardon me on that. It was not Jamal. Jeremiah Harris.
You can tell by the flowing dreads. Great job of sitting inside of coverage in the zone, and an accurate throw by Drew Powell.
And he actually got the ball to the 7-yard line, so a gain of 6 on the play, 2nd down play now. And they'll hand it off. Bobbled. Monroe has it back, drops it again, and gets it back again. Inside the 5-yard line. He's going to be very close to the yardage necessary for a first down. May be just a bit short, but twice the ball was fumbled on the play.
Stop playing. Right here, the exchange is bad, and Drew's a little bit high on that exchange, but I think it was Jacques Boudreau. Jacques Boudreau came through and got his hand on the ball after he regains it. Right there, punches it out. And again, disaster averted.
Great look by our crew. Thank you, guys. The Nova Home Loans instant replay. And they did give them a first down, by the way, at the 3-yard line. Look at this. A power move right side by the quarterback into the end zone. And Drew Powell finds pay dirt for a touchdown. Second rushing touchdown of the game for Drew, and they have been similar. They have been those power runs up the middle by Drew, making a lot of contact on his way into points. And he puts Arizona in front, 37-24, waiting for the outcome of the point.
Look, right here, he just decides I'm not going to be stopped. I'm all man. I'm 6'4", 225. And I'm taking this.
Right into your living room. He took a little shot, the lower leg area, and guess what?
Well, when you're 6'4", 220, trust me, as a big quarterback, there wasn't a lot of upper body shots going on.
Kenny Thomas gets a little congratulations as well and a thank you from his quarterback.
The ruling on the field of a touchdown is being challenged for a false start on the offense.
Interesting. So they are challenging the possibility of a penalty.
One of the unique rules, and you'll see if someone flinches.
It's possible that Kenny Thomas came out of his stance a split second before the snap.
No,
that's what they're asking about. He moved his arm. Was it before the snap? And will the officials agree with?
I mean, that's splitting hairs. I mean, that's so tough to see.
Slowing it down, creeping along, and we're going to take a look again. The anticipation. Well, there was movement.
There's movement, but so is the center's flinching, and you can see the center flinching and moving the ball as well.
Still taking a look down there. We're going to wait for the outcome of the referee's review, and then we'll check in with Joe Pequeno.
The ruling on the field of a touchdown stands. Frisco is charged with a challenge and a timeout.
Well, that is a pretty significant timeout there charged. And again, it will stand. We're going to take a look at, we're going to throw it to Joe Pequeno as you watch as well the point after try by Ernesto Lacayo. Hey, Joe.
Yeah, Floyd, entering this game, Drew Powell had 883 yards rushing. Just needed 63 more yards rushing to break the IFL single-season quarterback rushing mark. Well, guess who has that rushing mark? That's Drew Powell back with Iowa in 2018. So far, he's not doing a bulk of the running, which is a good thing. He's doing it with his arm. And right now, that Arizona offense, unstoppable, scoring on every possession.
All right, Joe, thank you for that. He's got 14 yards rushing right now after that last touchdown. 2 touchdowns total in the game. And Coach Dolezal is...
Well, there was a hold down there on the PAT that wasn't called. Charles Williams was literally grabbed.
Well, Coach doesn't agree with I would say a few things right now, and he is making sure that the officials know exactly how he feels about the matter. 38-24. The Rattlers move back in front by 2 touchdowns. 8:43 remaining third period. And Arizona's offense working, efficient, cashing in opportunities. Winner of this game, home field advantage throughout the playoffs that are on the way. Rattler fans, you can buy your tickets for the first round of the playoffs. We know for sure that will be right here at home for Arizona. They'll play right here next Sunday at 3:05 in the afternoon. First round of the playoffs. High kickoff. This one will be 2 yards deep in the end zone. Out it comes, and down goes the Frisco Fighter return man, and markers are down. The officials blowing the whistles. And I don't think they liked all that post-whistle activity by the return team, or the coverage team. Marcus Rogers on the return. Didn't get much out of it.
Listen, Merriweather's got to be careful there. He's walking that fine line. It's okay to be aggressive, but you got to be careful. You can't give a team momentum. They feel like they haven't gotten one call.
After the play was over, personal foul on the kicking team, number 9. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
And listen, Clint Dozell is one of the smartest dudes I've ever been around. He's not just down there complaining and yelling just to yell. Guess what he just got? He got a call that may not have been given to him on a subpar personal foul call, right? 15-yard penalty.
Is that called knowing how to work the officials?
Well, you got to do something, right? If you don't feel like you're getting anything on the road, you got to do something.
Yeah, it's part of what makes a great coach. No question about it.
Got to keep the heat on the young fella. No easy ones.
After the penalty, ball at the 23-yard line. Pass over the middle, and it is dislodged on a great hit by Devin Cockrell on the receiver. That's Manny Arsenault, who had the ball for a split second, and Cockrell said, I don't think so.
Tell you what, they run the slant route, and Cockrell's angle to the ball was more decisive and stronger than Arsenault's was. When he breaks on it, he drives and finishes. That's a great job.
That defensive backfield has been pretty superb of late for the Rattlers in spite of injuries and personnel changes. You called a name a little while ago that joined the team not long back, Devontae Merriweather, the 2019 IFL Defensive Player of the Year, back in uniform as of late for the Rattlers. And since coming back, I believe he's the leading tackler in the couple of games back in uniform. And here is a sliding stop marker down. See if this 3-yard gain will stand for Malik Henry and the Frisco offense. Marker came out while Henry was still in the backfield.
Illegal defense, illegal twist, number 90. It's a 5-yard penalty, also an automatic first down.
So we're going to get Craig Evans for an outside rush. If you've got some kind of inside charge by your defensive ends, as a nose guard, you could just go straight forward. But if they get in too fast and you fold around them, that's when you get that penalty called.
38-24, the lead right now for the Rattlers. 7:02 on the clock. Third quarter. The give. Yeah, there isn't a whole lot going on. That's going to be stopped on the near side. Gerard Hurd, extracurricular again. Somebody coming up with something after the play.
And again, Arizona, be smart.
After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 7 in the defense. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Devin Cockrell flagged unsportsmanlike, and the fans did not agree. Sorry, Tyrell Pearson. My bad on that, Devin. Pearson, the guy that gets called.
That is a half the distance of the goal penalty.
And again, I just talked about it 3 plays ago. You've got to be smart here. This team is struggling. You've kind of got them out of their rhythm offensively. With your defense, let your defense do the talking. You don't need to talk. You don't need to say anything. You just need to keep thumping them.
So that breathes more life into the possession for the Fighters offense. First down play, the ball at the 11-yard line. Henry calling it out, and that's going to be delay of game. Could not beat the clock. Move it back 5 yards. The ball will go outside the 15.
Delay of game offense, number 5-yard penalty.
And listen, that doesn't, as a quarterback, it never bothered me. You're going to back me up, give me a little more space, a little more room to work. I'll take it.
Maybe he did that on purpose then.
I'm not going to go that far.
First down play, the ball at the 16-yard line of Arizona. Henry looking down the middle, throws to the back of the end zone and throws it out of bounds, throw it away, getting some pressure.
It makes it so tough when you go empty. You put 4 wide receivers out, including your running back, so you don't have a blocker back there. And Ricky Wyatt is coming downhill, trying to give you the nasty. No fun. No fun to be back there. See the center doing everything he could, Damian Love, trying to give him some help, trying to chip him at least.
So that brings up second down and 15 now. No blitz this time. Throw it to the corner. This one is too tall. Incomplete. They were looking on that side for Gerard Hurd, but
and he has him open. Ball's a little too hot, too high, which leads me to believe that pressure is starting to get to him.
So let me ask you, Coach, are you at that point of the game where if the Rattlers hold right here, force a fourth down, especially fourth and longish, what is Coach Dolezal going to do? Is he going to kick the ball? Is he going to try to just take the points and take what he can get, or is he going to have to? We at the point where he has to take a shot.
I think he's trying to score points. Touchdowns, not field goals.
Third down play, critical time. And that pass is incomplete. Devin Cockrell in coverage on Arsenault. It's incomplete. And it's fourth down, 4th and 15, ball at the 16-yard line. And here comes the place-kicking squad. Well, if indeed they do kick right here, Sid, it's probably about the last time we'll see them do this and trade 3 for a shot at 6, right?
Yeah, well, with a full quarter left, there's still plenty of time. The ball bounces funny. There's still plenty of time.
Might also depend on what the Rattlers do next time they have the football. 38-24. High snap brought down, kick on the way. And it looks ready from here.
He hooked it.
And you're absolutely right, Sid. The kick is no good. That is a big-time stop for the Rattlers defense. We'll grab a timeout, everybody. 38-24 with 3:42 remaining, third period. It's Arizona Rattlers football. Back after this.
Getting the right loan with the best combination of service rates and fees isn't always as easy as pushing a button, particularly for people who don't fit the cookie-cutter approval process. The square pegs, the self-employed, recently divorced, less than perfect credit, steadfast hard workers. At Nova Home Loans, we work hard to deliver real loans to real people living real lives. Nova Home Loans. Together, we've got this.
Play outside. Play inside. Play in style all summer long. Talking Stick Resort's summer playcation starting at $109 a night with a $25 food and beverage credit. Also, take advantage of great deals at Odyssey, Butterfly Wonderland, Pangea, Mavericks, and much more. Summer playcation at Talking Stick Resort. Play in style.
What would you need to experience life in full motion? Expertise to provide the best care, unsurpassed training and technique. It requires the best orthopedic surgeons. Ortho Arizona.
Back into the action, everybody. Our score here, 38-24. The Arizona Rattlers lead the Frisco Fighters. And the Rattlers take back over possession of the football after the missed field goal. And a rare miss off the foot of a great kicker for Frisco. Christoph Martinez hooked that one. And we stay at a 2-touchdown difference. Let's see if the Rattlers can turn that bit of fortune into points. First down play under center. Drew Powell faked it. And he is going to run basically a quarterback draw. That was A little weird in the footwork there as he dropped back and then stepped straight ahead to try to run, and he gets deposited at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, second down 10 coming up.
Monroe's got to do a better job. His initial contact was excellent, but you've got to drive Boudreaux away from your quarterback.
We'll check in with Joe Pequeno right after this second down play. And Powell will line him up from the gun. Twins to the right. Motion either side, and a pass thrown and caught over the middle with a marker coming out. That won't be enough for the first down. That's a pass completion to Jeremiah Harris, and we'll await the outcome of the penalty marker and check in with Joe Pequeno. Hey, Joe.
Thank you very much, Floyd. Here with Devin Cockrell, one of the star cornerbacks of the Arizona Rattlers. And Devin, this defense stepping up to the challenge, coming up with another big stop.
We're out here playing with heart, man. We're trying to have the playoffs in the stake pit, and that's the goal right now.
That is the goal. And all week long, I know you guys have been hearing about Frisco's top-ranked defense. So good defensively, but last I checked, this Arizona Rattlers defense is pretty good as well.
I know I told you about week 4, week 5, man. It's the best secondary, best defense in the league. So we playing like that tonight.
There you go, Devin Cockrell and the Arizona Rattlers bringing their A game in the fight for the top playoff seed, Floyd.
All right, Joe, thank you. We weren't quite sure what the official just had to say to us, but there is an injured player on the field, and I think that's Harris.
It is Jeremiah.
Harris, after making the catch, took a pretty good shot. And it comes with 2:39 on the clock in the third period. 38-24, the Rattlers with the lead. And they continue to look at him on the field. That, as long as he's been down there, that just doesn't look good right now. We hope for the best for Jeremiah. As you take a look, he got wrapped up pretty.
Yeah, he just got twisted up. And sometimes, again, it's better to take what you get and get upfield. Right there, get down, get upfield. But he's twisted around, and right there, that's a lot of weight coming down on his legs. Let's hope it's not anything too serious.
Well, he's back up on his feet with some assistance. Yeah, and he's going to have to get help all the way off the field. That doesn't look that good for Jeremiah right now, but thoughts and prayers for that young man as they give him some assistance off the field here, and the Rattlers will get ready to continue in this one. These two teams came into the game, both offenses ranked in the top 5 in the IFL for total offense. Arizona and their 245.1 yards per game, good for third best in the league, as Jeremiah now starts to make his way off the field under his own power. Now he's starting to get up some speed, and that looks good.
That's the sign of a ball player right there, man. You want to walk off, get off on your own validity, your own 2 wheels, if you can.
Yeah, even if hurt, right?
Oh, absolutely, man. It's I don't know. It's one of those things that's kind of inbred in your DNA. You got to get off the field on your own.
Stoppage of play for a moment while the officials speak with Coach Dolezal, and we will get back to the action. They wind the clock. 2:30 on the clock here in the third period. 38-24. The Rattlers in front, and it's second down and 10. Powell going deep, and his pass caught for a touchdown.
Hey, mark him down. You can't mark him down on the 1 yard line.
No, that's gonna be a touchdown.
Touched him. You can't mark him down on the 1. That's a terrible call.
45-yard touchdown pass. He was not touched down by the defense. He caught it. He was short, but his momentum carried him into the end zone. That's going to count. I just really have no doubt that this is a touchdown.
Well, there's a flag back here, but he's not down at the 1 yard line. He wasn't touched.
Couldn't agree more.
Illegal block, number 6. The motion man blocked the linebacker. Penalties after you can go. Repeat, second down.
Now hold on a second. That's Jeremiah Harris that they just flagged.
It was number 14.
Well, it comes back anyway.
Yeah, he has to get set in the backfield. He can't come down and cut block. But
I guess the official that didn't grant the touchdown on the other end, he must have known something at that point.
That's not a good call because he was not touched. You're not dead. He didn't go up against the wall.
The deep connection comes back, and Powell will tuck and run straight up the middle. Short of a first down, but that should be about an 11-yard gain for Drew to the 13-yard line, and it will be third down for the Rattler offense.
On that last foul, the block was against a lineman.
No, it didn't happen against a lineman. He blocked the blitzing linebacker.
Well, after all of that, it's third down and 2 yards to go for Powell and the offense for the Rattlers. They're working at their own 13-yard line. Motion from the gun, quick pass. That's a first down.
Got to stop. Guys got to stop running backwards.
Harrington.
You just, I know there's guys on you, but when you catch the ball, don't lose ground to go back. And see, his first steps were to catch it and keep running where the ball came from. Just hold your ground there. Hold your ground there. Great catch, a low throw. I'll tell you, Drew's taking some shots tonight.
No question. We normally see him with a clean pocket all night long, but this fighter's front three are pretty tough. Here is a quick flip out the left side, and there's a big gain. Marker down at the end of the play. It's going to be 15 yards, but then we're going to see what happens after the play. Is that Jamal Miles?
No, it's Jamal Miles on the carry, but they're going to get Charles Williams for diving over the top late. Watch 11 right here.
After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 11 of the defense. Penalties after this will go automatic first down.
Well, he tried to take Jamal on the second effort, tried to take Jamal with him over the wall.
Well, he even gave him a little headbutt right there going out of bounds and then pulled on his jersey.
Well, you know, it's lonely on that side of the wall. You're out there with all those hostile fans.
The end of the third period.
And that will bring us to the end of the third quarter, and the fans are on their feet, and they're ready to rock here at the Footprint Center. Our score, Arizona 38, Frisco 24. The fourth quarter is on the way next. Stand by, Arizona Rattlers football.
I always make sure I have Victus with me wherever I go. Before and after practice, before and after a workout, even before and after I sleep. Victus is the full package when it comes to rest and recovery.
Victus is safe and effective, and that's the most important detail for us. We need our players on the field on game day, and if we're going to continue our winning ways, then Victus will help our players get as close to 100% as possible.
Getting the right loan with the best combination of service rates and fees isn't always as easy as pushing a button, particularly for people who don't fit the cookie-cutter approval process. The square pegs, the self-employed, recently divorced, less than perfect credit, steadfast hard workers. At Nova Home Loans, we work hard to deliver real loans to real people living real lives. Nova Home Loans. Together, we've got this.
It happened. We got the house! You did! 2,000 miles away.
We do long distance moves every day.
Pods does all the driving and so much more.
Need extra help loading?
Yes.
We got this.
Also might want
more time. We're flexible.
Flexible means you can keep your container longer or store with us. Then we deliver it to your home, across town or across the country.
We made it.
Yeah, you did!
Pods, your personal moving and storage team.
At Honor Health, we honor our patients and community. Our mission is to improve the health and well-being of those we serve. We care for every dimension of you, from the physical to the emotional. We go beyond what's expected to provide the right care focused on what's best for you. Honor health. Honor above all.
Back into it, everybody, and I see Joe Pequeno down there patrolling on the field. Let's check in, say hi as we get this fourth quarter underway. Hey, Joe. Okay. All right, we'll check in with Joe after the play here. 38-24 our score as we get the fourth quarter underway, and the Rattlers poised to strike. Coiled at the 7-yard line of Frisco. Motion on the right side. Quarterback running all the way. Powell following his guard off the right side. Did he get into the end zone? There's no indication. There's a marker down right in the middle. And we're going to see what the official has to say while they're sorting that out.
Came in from the backside, so it's obviously going to be a hold.
Let's see what the referee has to say.
Personal foul, blindside block, number 8 of the offense. 15-yard penalty, repeat the down.
Well, that is, that's Troy Pelletier.
He didn't, it wasn't him, it was Jamal Miles came down and blocked the DN right there. Oh, yeah, you got it right there on the hash mark. That's a good call. And it doesn't even need to happen, right? You just need to get in front of your guy.
Brings it back to the 19-yard line after the mark-off. And let's check in with Joe Pequeno. Hey, Joe.
Hey, Floyd, you have to be really impressed with quarterback Drew Powell right now. He is taking numerous shots, but you know what? When his number is called to take the leather and tote it down the field, he is not afraid whatsoever. This is a guy who's really come to his own offensively. The first part of the year, he struggled with the passing game. Now that's clicking. His rushing attack has been there all year, and in the biggest game of the year, he's delivering with his arm and his legs and his leadership. And once again, the Arizona Rattlers on the doorstep of possibly extending this lead.
Thank you, Joe. There is an injury timeout being taken on the field right now as we get the fourth quarter underway. 6 seconds into this fourth and final quarter. The Rattlers on top, 38-24. They have taken advantage of their opportunities. Got that first half touchdown that resulted in points. First half interception, Dylan Winfrey's interception, turned into points. They also have been very fortunate. They've put the ball on the ground
multiple times.
Multiple times. They've fumbled it 3 times. 2 of those came on 1 play.
I mean, Daryl Monroe thought he was playing for the Suns. He was bouncing the ball so much in there and bounced right back to him.
In the course of just one carry, he dropped it, maintained it, then put it on the turf and got it back. Play action. Powell, plenty of time. Back shoulder, and that pass is incomplete. And there was a handful of jersey in the hand of the defender.
No, that's not pass interference right there. You saw Pelletier swipe the defender by him. However, he did miss Jamal Miles. If we got a shot at Jamal Miles on this post route here, double move, he ran and just made a phenomenal move on the defender down the middle of the field.
Well, I think the pass was
it's a back shoulder.
Still a great pass.
It's a back shoulder.
I think, Arizona had their opportunity right there. There was just only one hand available at the moment to Troy Pelletier. So either one of those receivers as a target.
Oh,
pretty good choice.
Free play.
Now they may get the offense here, huh?
No, that's going to be on the defense.
Contact?
Out of your stance.
Prior to snap, offsides, number 95 of the defense with contact. That's a 5-yard penalty. And second down.
So the ball moves back inside the 15-yard line. It's second down and goal from this spot for the Rattlers offense. 3 chances at the end zone.
Double ins or double outs. You're probably going to see a zone, some type of zone. So you got to run some combo routes Another free play here.
And that pass is
put some
off
touch
the
on
hands.
It.
Yeah, wide.
Just put some touch on it, Drew, and that's like a backbreaker.
Wide open at the back of the end zone.
Just put some touch on it. There's nobody else back there.
Harrington with the effort, but he couldn't make the catch. Now you saw movement on defense?
Yes.
Somebody come across?
Yes. But look at that. There's nobody. He could have just floated that one back there. Just put some touch
Illegal
on it.
defense, number 5 of the defense. Lineman out of his stance. That's a 5-yard penalty. Repeat, second down.
Yeah, you see right there on the edge.
Yeah, no doubt.
Sione Tehama up and out of his stance as he tries to work his way back into the lineup, and Charles Williams quickly back in the game.
Second down play, ball now at the 9-yard line. There's a pass caught by Daryl Monroe, and Monroe steps across for the Arizona touchdown.
This is a well-designed play.
And a clean pocket to throw from as well.
Yeah, Monroe runs the shallow cross, but you also had Jamal Miles faking the handoff and running the wheel, who occupied the defensive end on the left side. And there's a nice little window. Monroe comes right across on the shallow. Well done.
Quarterback had plenty of time to throw. Great job up front. And now the point after. Lacayo splits them. And the lead is now 45-24. The Rattlers in front with 12-13 remaining in regulation. Timeout on the field. Back in a moment. This is Arizona Rattlers football.
Play outside. Play inside. Play in style all summer long. Talking Stick Resort's summer playcation starting at $109 a night with the $25 food and beverage credit. Also, take advantage of great deals at Topgolf, Talking Stick Golf Club, iFly, Octane Raceway, Medieval Times, and much more. Summer playcation at Talking Stick Resort. Play in style.
It happened. We got the house! You did! 2,000 miles away.
We do long distance moves every day.
Pods does all the driving and so much more.
Need extra help loading?
Yes.
We got this.
Also might want
more time. We're flexible.
Flexible means you can keep your container longer or store with us. Then we deliver it to your home, across town or across the country.
We made it.
Yeah, you did.
Pods, your personal moving and storage team.
Rattler Nation, your team is on fire. The Rattlers are poised to strike for another professional indoor football league championship, and they're playing as hot as the Arizona sun. Get your tickets now for the next Rattlers matchup at the Snake Pit, Phoenix Suns Arena, for the hardest hitting, fastest action, and most family fun in professional sports. Tickets are on sale now. Go to azrattlers.com or call 602-514-8274. Buy single game tickets right now at Ticketmaster or go to azrattlers.com.
Back into the action, fourth quarter. Underway here at the Footprint Center, newly renamed and the home of the Arizona Rattlers. And while we wait for Ernesto Lacayo to kick it away, let's find out what Joe Pequeno has for us down on the field. Hey, Joe. Well, there's the high kick right at the goal line. Great coverage. And that's why you brought him back right there. How about Devontae Merriweather with the great tackle on coverage. And now let's check in with Joe Pequeno.
Thank you, Floyd. Here with Daryl Monroe on the receiving end of that Drew Powell touchdown. And in the battle for the top playoff seed, the Arizona Rattlers on home turf are getting it done in a big way.
Yes, sir. We get everything done. Like what they showed in film, we was running it. We did everything good. It's like we just all together right now. The fans helping us out. Our teammates playing together. We ain't all that confusion. Everything's good right now.
Daryl, the got to give a lot of props to the coaching staff coming up with a good game plan offensively.
Oh, yes, sir. Oh, yes, sir. We got to give props to Coach Rod, Coach Jay, Coach Chin, all the coaches. We got to give props to them because they dialed in. They made sure we knew everything before we came into it. So it's a big props to the coaches on that one.
Thanks, Dave. Floyd, back to you.
Thanks, Joe. And Daryl Monroe. And a marker comes out on Devontae Merriweather's tackle as he came in as the quarterback was giving himself up.
Personal foul number 9 of the defense. Hitting a sliding runner. The 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Right, Sid, you get a good look at it on the Nova Home Loans replay right there. Your thoughts?
First of all, he has not run and not slid one time, so just be smart. Be ready. He's going to slide, right? It was so simultaneous, though. Like, he starts to slide, and he's already coming in. So it's really hard for the defender to stop what he's already doing when you wait that late to slide. I understand the call for safety reasons. However, that's a late slide. It's hard to stop.
Really very little that Devontae could do about it. Here's the handoff right side on 1st and 10. And a very nice, nifty little run. That's going to net about 13 yards. It'll go to the 11-yard line, and a very nice pickup by DeMarcus Felton on the play. It'll be first down and 10. Ball at the 11-yard line.
Very good run. And Felton, when called upon, has done a nice job.
45-24. 3-touchdown lead for the Rattlers with 10:27 remaining. This possession, critical for the Fighters. Snap, quick throw left side, pass caught. Tackle made. About a 6-yard pickup on the play. Mark Munson on the receiving end, and that was Dylan Winfrey with the tackle. Boy, you know what I love about Dylan is that Dylan is so physical.
But you look at his stature, right? 5'8", 185, but he is strong. Plays way bigger than that, way bigger.
And you know, guys that, if you look traditionally at football, guys that get a lot of interceptions aren't usually guys that are making the big hit. You know, they're kind of playing center field back there.
You're talking about like Dion and guys like that?
Kind of talking like that, yeah. Here's a pump fake, throw to the back of the end zone. Into double coverage, and Malik Henry throws it away. Brings up 3rd down and 4. 3rd and 4, ball at the 5 of Arizona. Boy, Arizona's defense has been really good down here in the, quote, red zone, haven't they?
They've been solid. It's really a great effort. The energy level for them has picked up. And I tell you, when you get this building rocking, and you got a new quarterback in there that's never been in this kind of environment, well, on this level, it makes it tough.
Kind of feels like they're in your kitchen the whole time, doesn't it? Here's the give. And a nice move by the running back. Great job by Felton as he bounced out of a tackle, kept his momentum going, and he's able to get it in the end zone for a Frisco touchdown.
Well, the one thing any defensive coach will tell you, you can't block down a good running back, and that's exactly what Devontae Merriweather does there. He doesn't wrap up and bring his body.
Number 70 offense is eligible, number 70.
And Felton does a great job of just running through it right there and just keeps his balance. Look at that balance.
Well,
that's terrific job by Felton.
That is cat-like, isn't it?
But the deciphering of the play, the reading of the play, Devontae was all over it. He's just got to bring his body.
Point after is up.
There's going to be a hold. They're going to get number 70, Rob Castaneda, on a hold. And see.
Holding offense. Number 70, 10-yard penalty. Repeat the try down.
So move him back, try it again. And this kick now becomes some percentage more difficult from the spot. This will be a 30-yard try at those narrow uprights. And if that penalty can force a bad kick here, that loss of the point after, that could loom pretty large as we get to the final moments of this one. Clock ticking down now, under 8 minutes remaining in regulation. And this kick is Up, on the way, and it looks pretty good, and it is good. And that'll make it a 2-touchdown game again. 45-31, the Rattlers lead the Fighters, everybody. Fourth quarter action from the Footprint Center in downtown Phoenix. We'll be back right after this with more Arizona Rattlers football.
If DJ Citizen Jane quit on her passion for music, she never would have left her career as a detective to pursue it. If she let starting at the bottom scare her, she never would have hustled to play bigger and bigger shows. And if she was content with being one of the best Latina artists in Miami, she wouldn't be electrifying the crowd in sold-out shows around the world. That's the fighting spirit. That's what makes a lion. Modelo, root for those with a fighting spirit.
Play outside. Play inside. Play in style all summer long. Talking Stick Resort's summer playcation starting at $109 a night with a $25 food and beverage credit. Also, take advantage of great deals at Odyssey, Butterfly Wonderland, Pangea, Mavericks, and much more. Summer playcation at Talking Stick Resort. Play in style.
Welcome back in, everybody. Our score here, 45-31. The Arizona Rattlers with the lead over the Fighters. A little early to call this one for sure. 7:50 remaining in a game where you can get so many things change overnight. Look at the onside attempt that is picked up by Devontae Merriweather, who has been making his presence felt on special teams. Scoops it up, takes it in. Rattlers touchdown.
You see every player from the Fighters watching the ball, and he just slips right between and picks it up and takes it for the easy score. Now, it's still too early to try to run clock. You need more points, but some would say you want to get that ball and get it down. Run some clock. However, points are always nice.
51-31, that's the total here. How about 82 now, possibly 83 total points scored in the game as Lacayo clears the net and gives somebody up there a souvenir. 52-31, the Rattlers on top with 6:47 remaining in this one.
Roughing the kicker as he was pushed into contact. By rule, that is not a foul. No roughing the kicker as he was pushed into the contact.
Taking a look again.
Is good.
Taking a look again at the Nova Home Loans replay. Devontae Merriweather in the right place at the right time. And that's always the thing that you dread. I know it doesn't happen often, but as a special teams coach, I'm sure you have nightmares once in a while thinking about what might happen when you try to execute the onside kick. And down on the field, Joe Pequeno.
Yeah, I was just with Day Merriweather a short time ago. He had to go back on the field for kickoffs, but obviously he's so excited. His teammates on cloud nine. He was ready for the onside kick, and he scooped and scored. We'll hear from Day after the kickoff when he comes back into the sidelines.
Thanks, Joe.
It's awesome. And you know big man Gordon wants a touchdown too, right? He's like, come on, show some love. Give me some of that. Well, it won't be the last onside kick they see. If Frisco's able to score again, it won't be the last.
That's going to be hard to stop that offense. Well, you know, one of the things that's evident about Frisco is they're as good as the record indicates. And they've got a lot of talent. But you got to give credit for execution on the other side of the ball. The Rattlers have just taken care of business.
And they've been fortunate, right? We've been fortunate that we didn't lose that early fumble. We've been fortunate that we didn't lose the Darryl Monroe fumble.
High kick. 6 yards deep. And brought right back up the middle. Broken tackle across the 25-yard line, and a great return by Marcus Rogers, illustrating the point. Frisco's not done. And that'll set him up nicely to the 21-yard line.
Played a solid game. They've played hard. Had some things not go their way, and now you're going to get a look at Gerard Hurd, who, after Jonathan Bain left, was the quarterback. So this is just Malik Henry's third start.
Snap. Step up. Quarterback takes it. It opens up in the middle. Race toward the corner. And that is a touchdown for Gerard Hurd on the very first snap he takes.
And that's the difference. You have to know personnel.
21-yard touchdown run.
He's got 11. That's his 12th touchdown rushing on the season. I mean, he is literally the Swiss Army knife.
Number 70 offense is eligible, 70.
Well, Gerard Hurd goes ahead and puts his team on the board in a hurry. And Martinez will add the point after. And our score here is 52-38. Back to a 2-touchdown game. And 5.5 on the clock here in the fourth quarter. This timeout, back with the kick in a moment. This is Arizona Rattlers football.
Getting the right loan with the best combination of service rates and fees isn't always as easy as pushing a button, particularly for people who don't fit the cookie-cutter approval process. The square pegs, the self-employed, recently divorced, less than perfect credit, steadfast hard workers. At Nova Home Loans, we work hard to deliver real loans to real people living real lives. Nova Home Loans. Together, we've got this.
If DJ Citizen Jane quit on her passion for music, she never would have left her career as a detective to pursue it. If she let starting at the bottom scare her, she never would have hustled to play bigger and bigger shows. And if she was content with being one of the best Latina artists in Miami, she wouldn't be electrifying the crowd in sold-out shows around the world. That's the fighting spirit. That's what makes a lion. Modelo, root for those with a fighting spirit.
I always make sure I have Victus with me wherever I go. Before and after practice, before and after a workout, even before and after I sleep. Victus is the full package when it comes to rest and recovery.
Victus is safe and effective, and that's the most important detail for us. We need our players on the field on game day, and if we're going to continue our winning ways, then Victus will help our players get as close to 100% as possible.
They have turned up the amps here at the Footprint Center. And if you're at home watching this,
a little fuel in the background.
Hey, listen, if you're at home watching this, you might want to.
That one's not going to make it.
Come on out.
Probably might want to get away from that one, Gordon. See, Gordon wanted a touchdown. I told you he was trying to chase that one down. He was trying to get in there. He wanted a touchdown.
The ball goes about 7 yards before it's downed. And the Rattlers offense will take over at the Frisco 7. Well, this is that zone where you start to get a little desperate. Good shot of a great offensive lineman, Stephen Garola. And just a great guy. You know, to know him is to like him. He is an alumnus of the Arizona Wildcats and Glendale Community College in his collegiate history as well.
I believe Washington High School grad.
He's an Arizona guy through and through.
Yes, he is.
Well, the ball just did not go far enough, and the Rattlers will take it over. And now a marker moves the ball 5 yards closer, or half the distance anyway.
Offsides on the kicking team, number 14. Arizona's chosen to add that penalty at the end of the run. First down.
So that is part of what makes this game a little different, is that they were able to tack the penalty on to the result of that play. You look confused, my friend.
Because just the wording, add it to the end of the run.
They added
there was no run.
They did add. Well, you're right about that. Here's the quarterback. Is he going to throw? Is he going to run?
He wanted to throw it.
And Drew Powell hangs on because his men in the end zone were covered well. And he has driven out. Loss of yardage on the play. Lost a yard. Back to the 4-yard line.
This is a great job of staying at home on the corner route. I believe it was DeMarcus Wilson on that backside.
Well done by the defense. And they actually forced a 2-yard loss on that, so it's back to the 5-yard line. Powell hustles out to give the play to his team.
You want to let this clock and go down all the way.
Powell, he fakes it, looks to the near side, and wide open for the touchdown.
Offensive pass interference, they're going to call.
Well, Troy Pelletier, for a moment, celebrates. And then he looks back and he sees the laundry on the field. And
listen, anytime your arms extend, you're going to get this call. And to his credit, good job being physical.
Pass interference offense, number 8. Push off, 10-yard penalty, repeat, first down.
But you use your quickness and your separation with a little chicken wing. You can't get your arms out extended away from your body. And he gets a little too much push as you see the massive separation.
You do have to ask yourself how he got so wide open, don't you?
It's a whip route. You know what I mean? You're going to go in like you're going across and then stop, but he just big boyed him, gave him too much extended arm.
So the ball back to the 15-yard line, and Jared Harrington will haul one inside the 10-yard line. Mark him down at the 8. Got 7 back on that play. It'll be 3rd down and goal at the 8-yard line. 2 chances to punch it in for the Rattlers.
And I think if need be, they would be okay letting Ernesto go out and put some points on the board.
Thank you to Nova Home Loans, the official instant replay presenting sponsor for the Arizona Rattlers. Nova Home Loans. 52-38, the Rattlers in front, 3:15 remaining in regulation. Playing for home field advantage, and a throw behind Pelletier that gets batted down by the defender. And the guy that got a hand up there to knock it down, DeMarcus Wilson.
Yeah, that's a poor throw right there by Drew Powell, who's been as sharp as a nail. He's got to let it go now. He's a little bit late. Doesn't get his front side open. He's a lefty throwing a ball going across his body. Doesn't get open to get that ball. So the ball stays right on line with where he's pointed. Can't make the throw.
You know he's kicking himself.
Yeah, it's an easy one.
That should have been 6 all day long. Clock ticking down. Play clock down to 15. The Rattlers are going to let this one go down even further. And we'll be under 2:20 remaining when Lacayo does eventually kick it. 26-yard field goal try. It is on the way. And good. The Rattlers have been scoring in the 60s, it feels like, with regularity lately. And they are on the doorstep of that with this 3 points added, and our score 55-38.
Ever since, the butt whooping they took up in Mass.
It's been a pretty solid performance from that point on, hasn't it?
It has, but listen, sometimes you need to get humbled to wake yourself up and get brought back down to earth. And Massachusetts is just riding that wave that they've created for themselves right now. They're sitting in the number 2 spot, guaranteed. but all roads will have to go through the Valley of the Sun.
(55-38), the Rattlers are in front. And down on the field is our Joe Pequeno. Hey, Joe.
Thank you, Floyd, here with Arizona Rattlers veteran defensive lineman Lamar Mady. Make that veteran offensive lineman. Lamar, talk about this offensive line and the push you've given Drew Powell all night.
Man, we just had to come out here and grind. We've been talking about it all week. We just had to impose our will. We got Drew back there, great leader, MVP for so. He's just pushing us. He pushes us all the time. We push each other.
How does it feel to be just minutes away from locking up the top playoff seed?
It feels great, but it ain't over yet. We still got a long road, but we got a goal in mind. That's to get that ring, so that's what we're trying to do.
Lamar Mady, first team All-IFL 2017 through 2019.
All right, Joe, thanks. Here's the kick. Middle of the end zone. Straight back up the middle. And the tackle made short of the 15-yard line. That was Jamal Miles on special teams, making that tackle on the return man, Marcus Rogers. And they'll mark him at the 14-yard line. First down there for Frisco.
Good effort. Devin Cockrell gets him tied up first, and Jeremiah Harris comes in to finish up. Or excuse me, Jamal Miles. As you get a look at Hodges going off. A little banged up. Or Marcus Rogers, excuse me.
First round of the playoffs are next Sunday for the Rattlers, and they are poised right now to take home field advantage throughout the playoffs. That's what a victory does tonight. And Ricky Wyatt Jr. chasing the quarterback, and he gets up on his feet after the missed tackle to chase him down again from behind, but finally the play ends on the sideline. Devin Cockrell making sure the quarterback can't get to the yard to gain, the line to gain for the first down, but that is an 8-yard pickup by the Frisco offense.
Timeout of the half.
Gerard Hurd, the quarterback, picking that up.
Well, you know you're going to get taking this timeout right here to get an extra one, right? You've got one coming at the 1 minute mark, so they're going to take one right now. But listen, when number 13 comes in the game for Frisco, your mindset has to change as far as being a pass rusher and a guy trying to get to the quarterback.
Frisco has one timeout left.
So one timeout remaining for the Frisco Fighters. The Rattlers have two, but that probably isn't a factor. And I see Joe Pequeno ready to throw something our way. Hey, Joe.
Absolutely, Floyd. We know Drew Powell is in the MVP conversation, but how on the defensive side of the ball and safety, Dylan Winfrey, his name will definitely be in the mix. Came into this one leading the league with 9 interceptions and 29 pass breakups. He's been on fire the last 3 games with 6 picks. Such a vital cog, such a vital leader, the team captain, stepping up in another key game for the Arizona Rattlers.
No doubt about that. And looking at some of those stats from the game, the Rattlers 18 first downs to the 15 for Frisco. And Hurd back to throw, flushed right side. He's looking for a lane. I just kind of had the feeling the whole time said he was trying to find somewhere to run. And he held on to it a long time, burned some clock. Down to that 1 minute warning.
He's trying to find somebody open, and you've got to just keep him between the pipes. And what I mean by that is the 2 ends need to stay outside, force him to stay between you.
1 minute warning. 1 minute timing rule drill.
Well, the official 1 minute warning is upon us. 1 minute remaining in regulation, everybody. Can the Rattlers hold on and get home field advantage throughout the playoffs? We'll grab a timeout and return for the final minute. 55-38, Arizona in front of Frisco. This is Arizona Rattlers football.
It happened. We got the house!
You did!
2,000 miles away.
We do long distance moves every day.
Pods does all the driving and so much more.
Need extra help loading?
Yes.
We got this.
Also might want
more time. We're flexible.
Flexible means you can keep your container longer or store with us. Then we deliver it to your home, across town or across the country.
We made it.
Yeah, you did!
Pods, your personal moving and storage team.
At Honor Health, we honor our patients and community. Our mission is to improve the health and well-being of those we serve. We care for every dimension of you, from the physical to the emotional. We go beyond what's expected to provide the right care focused on what's best for you. Honor health. Honor above all.
Rattler Nation, your team is on fire. The Rattlers are poised to strike for another professional indoor football league championship, and they're playing as hot as the Arizona sun. Get your tickets now for the next Rattlers matchup at the Snake Pit, Phoenix Suns Arena, for the hardest hitting, fastest action, and most family fun in professional sports. Tickets are on sale now. Go to azrattlers.com or call 602-514-8274. Buy single game tickets right now at Ticketmaster or go to azrattlers.com.
Back in on the action at the Footprint Center, home of the Arizona Rattlers, the Snake Pit. And a minute left in regulation, 55-38. Frisco has possession of the football. Hurd back to throw, blitz is on, and he finds a seam to run. On the right side, first down, across the 15, turns back in, and he's upended at the 11-yard line. And so that tackle was made, and a first down for the Fighters.
And again, can't say it enough. You've got to maintain discipline in your rush lanes. Can't get out of control. He's too good an athlete. And good job of clocking the ball, saving a timeout.
Second down play, straight ahead, ball at the 12. At the 12 of Arizona. Precious seconds remaining. 17-point difference. 3 scores. Do the Fighters have it in them? I would imagine in your many years playing in this league, being involved in this league, said, I would imagine you have seen a 17-point deficit overcoming inside a minute. Maybe?
I've seen a few.
Hurd, flushed.
Hold.
And he is driven into the padding on the far side of the field. That's a quarterback sack and a 4-yard loss on the play.
After being held, he was able to continue on and make it happen. It's a great job by Devonzo just to continue to work. He's able to pick up his 13th. He's got 13.5 sacks on the season now.
It's a good number. Nick Devonzo.
Great number.
Making the play. Thank you, Nova Home Loans, on the great replay look at it. Third down 14. And there was a little missed timing and a marker down in the back, and the timing was delay a game.
Delay a game offense. 5 yards.
.43 seconds remaining.
This is really a great job answering the bell by Arizona and playing through a couple ugly plays on some drives and being able to continue and get better throughout the game. But defensively, they just locked in.
After the stoppage of play, it is 3rd and about 19 for the Fighters. Pass caught. Immediately, Devontae Merriweather is there to send a message defensively on the receiver. And the guy that made that catch over on that far side was DeMarcus Felton.
Good job sitting back in zone. He sees it happening right in front of him.
So it was a marker down.
Illegal defense, illegal twist. Number 90. Players trading places behind the backfield is illegal. That's a 5-yard penalty and a first down. The clock will begin on the snap.
Take a look at the nose guard right here. Yeah, you see, once he goes outside that hash, it's a penalty. He gets outside the D, and you'll see him work to the right side of the field. And he can't do it. You can't drift away outside if you're the nose. You got to stay inside.
Clock starts, and a pass caught near side. And there's Devin Cockrell to help put an end to that quickly. Mark Munson on the receiving end. He gets it to the 9.
Timeout, Frisco. Their third and final timeout of the half.
Final Fighters timeout taken with 30 seconds remaining in regulation. So, next Sunday, the first round of the playoffs, and it looks like the Arizona Rattlers are going to get home field advantage throughout if they can keep winning in the playoffs. And that is exactly what they set out to do when they started this one tonight. They've got the 55-38 advantage right now. Obviously, time that something could happen right here. You get this, you get the onside, you punch that in. Next thing you know, you're playing a one-score game at that point. But playoffs begin next Sunday for the Rattlers, 3:05 in the afternoon, start time on August 29th. You can get your tickets right now. Go to Ticketmaster or go to azrattlers.com and you can get them through the website there. You'll find the menu items and you'll find those tickets. Get here for the playoffs. This place tonight, this was a playoff atmosphere, wasn't it?
Absolutely. And listen, truth be told, because Frisco is playing so well, because Mass has been playing so well, they've been in playoff mode for weeks. They've been in playoff mode for weeks because they've had to continue to win and to keep their seeding.
The urgency has been there for the Rattlers, that's for sure. Here's a intercepted by Dylan Winfrey. You have got to be kidding me. He has such a nose for the football. And he takes it away and ends the threat with 26 seconds remaining. No timeouts for the Fighters. The Rattlers are going to win this game.
Down by contact, first down Arizona.
Wow.
How does Dylan Winfrey do it?
He just reads it. Ball comes out late and it slides inside.
He has such a great sense, doesn't he, for knowing the body control.
You watch receivers run routes, right? And you get these little indicators when they're going to break and stop. You're not worried about a takeoff route there because you don't have any space to run afterwards, right? So you watch little indicators of when they're going to start putting the flaps down to slow down, or maybe the receiver drifts and looks back a little early. He just read it and took over. That was a great play. 10 interceptions on the season.
There it is. Drew Powell takes a knee, and they don't have to snap it again. 17 seconds on the clock. It'll tick down, and the Rattlers are going to get home field advantage throughout the playoffs with this big victory tonight, 55-38. They have taken down the number 2 team in the standings, the Frisco Fighters, and that's a good team on that other side. I'll tell you this, I would not want, I don't care if I'm the Rattlers, I don't care if I'm the Pirates or whoever else in this league, I don't want to face that team in Frisco.
They're tough, very tough team, young team that, the one thing that's so impressive about them is they've won a lot of close games over the year. They've been able to fight, and when you're young, that just doesn't happen. You just don't know how to do that yet. So look for them to rebound next week at home and play better, but tonight just wasn't it for them.
Let's throw it down to Joe, down on the field. Hey, Joe.
Hey, Floyd. Here with Coach Kevin Guy. Coach, congratulations on locking up the top playoff seed.
Thank you, baby. It's running through the desert. That's what we wanted. And our guys practiced their butts off. They worked their tails off all year, put ourselves in this position. Now we got to go finish.
All week the defense heard about Frisco's top-ranked defense. Your defense showed up big today as well, Coach, and Dylan Winfrey setting the tone in the secondary with a couple picks.
Well, we're starting to understand what we're supposed to be doing back there. So, hats off to the defense. They played a great job, did a great job tonight. Offensively, we didn't blink all night long. We did a great job. So, I'm proud of these guys, but we still got to go finish.
Coach, Drew took a lot of shots. He still combined for 5 touchdowns. Your thoughts on his performance? And, of course, the big boys up front.
Oh, absolutely. I thought our offense played great. Drew does a great job with leadership, and our offensive line, they've been superb all year. We feel like we got the best O-line in the league, and we're going to ride them.
Coach, I want you to take a second and look around this arena. You see all this loyal black and teal that have come out to support your team. What does that mean to you to have this kind of home field advantage?
Well, Rattler Nation's great. They give us the advantage. And, you know, it's well earned. So, you know, they're the best leagues in the IFL. We appreciate them, appreciate their support. We take that serious, and I know our players do too.
Coach, does it matter who you play next week?
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. It's about us.
There you go. Kevin Guy and the Arizona Rattlers locking up the top playoff seed. They're ready to get after it next Sunday. We'll have more from the field coming up.
All right, thanks, Joe. What a great comment, I thought, by Coach Guy. And what I took from that said was because we've seen his tone at the end of some of these games, right? They might get a convincing victory, and he's always got that one category, that one area where he knows they've got work to do. But I thought he gave his team a lot of props at the right time of the year. Going into the playoffs, they need to believe in themselves. And I think that he's sending the right message to his team right now.
Yeah, without question, and it's well-deserved. I mean, this team has answered the bell. And again, we talked about them being shell-shocked just a few weeks back in Massachusetts, where they were thumped, out-physicaled, and that doesn't happen. That doesn't happen to the Arizona Rattlers. And they were thumped, and they came back and took a hard look at themselves in the mirror and have put in work since that moment.
Hey, we'll get right into our postgame, and down on the field is one of the great defenders in this league with our Joe Pequeno.
Thank you, Floyd. Here with Rattler safety Dylan Winfrey. Man, is your tank ever empty? A couple more picks on the night as you guys lock up the top playoff seed.
Man, we had fun tonight, man. We definitely, I'm going to just be honest, you know, I'm not even just talking, man. We played terrible tonight, but we got the win, so we head into the playoffs with some momentum at least.
You know, you and I talked earlier in the week, and you said that opposing defenses that played Frisco played afraid. They didn't come physical. They weren't ready for the challenge, but you said your team would, and you would show who is the top team in the IFL.
For sure, man. We knew it would be a close game for a little bit, but like I always say every week when you interview me, man, it's about the Rattlers. We come out here, we pay attention to our details, and just trust what we see, and we come out with a dub, man, but we're not finished.
And D, you talk about not being finished. The motto is, it's going through the desert, baby.
Coming through the snake pit, baby. Coming through the snake pit, baby. So everybody who's watching this, if you're in Arizona, come show support, man, and let's bring this baby home this year.
Does it matter who you play?
It does not matter. It does not matter who we play. It's about us, man.
All about finishing.
Yes, sir.
Dylan Winfrey, a couple more picks in this one now, a league-leading 12 on the season. As far as I'm concerned, he's in the conversation for League Defensive Player of the Year.
You get 12 interceptions, you're going to get some people talking about MVP of the league, period.
Especially closing out the season the way he has, right? So, I mean, he's on a remarkable run, doing a great job. What's been the message overall, right? You keep hearing the same thing. It's about us. It's about us. Doesn't matter who we play.
Yeah.
It's about the Rattlers.
Really doesn't matter, does it? Hey, the quarterback joins Joe down on the field.
Thank you, Floyd. Here with Drew Powell. Drew, what was amazing in the first half, you took a shot from Charles Williams. He upended you, slammed you to the turf, and you said, no problem, and I'm going to go out there and lead the offense to scores on every possession. I'm going to get 5 combined touchdowns and just get it done.
Yes, sir. I mean, yeah, that probably looked like a big hit. Didn't really hurt too much. He made a good play on that play. But that's been our goal all season, man, is next play. That's all I tell the guys is the next one. Even if we score, go down and score a touchdown, it's all about the next one because that's the most important one all the time. So that's all we did was just shake that one off and worry about the next one, and that's all we did all game.
Sure, we talked about it earlier in the week about locking the top playoff seat, and now the motto is, it's going through the desert.
Yes, sir. I mean, you saw the crowd tonight. They came out. They showed up. We felt the intensity. They knew how much this game meant. So I can only imagine how packed it's going to be for these next 3 games. We're looking forward to it, and the snake pit always keeps us going.
You know, all week long you heard about Frisco's top-ranked defense, but you guys sliced and diced them. Hats off to the offensive line, and hats off to the coaches that come with a great plan.
Yes, but indeed, the coaches came up with a great plan this week. Coach Chen did a good job making sure that I was locked in and knew exactly what I was going to be doing, reading, and who I was going to be reading. And they schemed it up, man. As you can see, it was a lot of wide open guys running downfield, and that was all because of the work we put in all week, and the coaches scheming it up and us going out there and executing.
Drew, it's going through the desert, but the bottom line, now the motto is finish. Am I correct?
Yes, sir. Finish is the only deal, man. That's all we can do. You know, we know a lot of teams been watching this game, looking at it, so we just got to go back to the drawing board and figure out how we can get better and be a better team so we can come out and finish.
Thank you, Drew. Drew Powell with 5 combined touchdowns as the Arizona Rattlers lock up the top playoff seed, Floyd.
Just a great finish for Arizona. Great finish, not only in the game, but the way they finished out the season. We take you back again to that Massachusetts loss on the road. And something about that just kind of jarred this team into a next level. They found another gear after that, and they have been playing great football. First half of the season, they had some letdowns, especially after halftime, a number of those. But in the last 4 or 5 outings, this team has finished strong every time. I think Coach Guy's got to feel supremely confident about what his guys can do here in the postseason coming up.
Yeah, you should, right? You take that challenge, you get a wake-up call in the form of the Massachusetts Pirates, who, by the way, are the hottest team in the league, along with the Rattlers right now, the hottest teams in the league. So it's going to be a great playoff series going throughout, and some great teams in. It's going to be fun.
Back to Joe on the field.
Thank you, Floyd, here with Nick DeVonzo. Nick, you talked about it earlier this week in practice. You said, look, we are the better team. It's all about us finishing. Mission accomplished, baby. The top seed goes through the desert.
Yes, sir. I mean, what a hell of a game we had. You know, we were all week at practice, just trying to stay dominant, make sure there was no mistakes. And we came out here, and like I said, at the beginning of the week, we were the better team. So.
And, Nick, how motivating was it for you and the squad? Because all week you heard about Frisco's top-ranked defense. Well, last I checked, the Arizona Rattlers have got a pretty good defense, too.
Yeah, I mean, we've been motivated since our last game. We actually had meetings on Sunday right after our game, and we got to it, man. And, just like I said earlier, it was all about being relentless and just being dominant, man. And that's, and the scoreboard says that, that's just the way it is.
Yeah, you guys were relentless. You were dominant. How about the offense scoring on every possession?
Oh, man, Drew, everybody was just phenomenal, man. I mean, I don't think we had any turnovers, did we? Yeah, so, can't beat that either. So that was a perfect game that we played.
It was a perfect game. Now next week, you got a playoff game Sunday on the home turf. Your thoughts of who potentially, I guess that really doesn't matter, but your thoughts on, does it really matter who you play?
It doesn't matter who we play. We're going to see them here at the Snake Pit, and we're going to take care of business.
And, of course, here, it's all about having the best home field advantage on the turf.
Yeah, there's nothing else like playing here, man. Our fans are great. They're loyal. And, man, they got our back no matter what.
Nick DeVonzo and the Arizona Rattlers defense getting it done as they earn the top playoff seed, Floyd.
All right, Jill, thanks for that. We're going to break out, folks. We'll come back with our final thoughts here in a moment. Remember, the playoffs begin next Sunday right here at the Footprint Center, the Snake Pit, home of the Rattlers, 3:05 in the afternoon. You can get those tickets right now at Ticketmaster. You can also get them on the website at azrattlers.com. We'll grab this timeout and have our final thoughts on the other side. This is Arizona Rattlers football.
Getting the right loan with the best combination of service rates and fees isn't always as easy as pushing a button, particularly for people who don't fit the cookie-cutter approval process. The square pegs, the self-employed, recently divorced, less than perfect credit, steadfast hard workers. At Nova Home Loans, we work hard to deliver real loans to real people living real lives. Nova Home Loans. Together, we've got this.
What would you need to experience life in full motion? Expertise to provide the best care, unsurpassed training and technique. It requires the best orthopedic surgeons. Ortho Arizona.
It happened. We got the house! You did! 2,000 miles away.
We do long distance moves every day.
Pods does all the driving and so much more.
Need extra help loading?
Yes.
We got this.
Also might want
more time. We're flexible.
Flexible means you can keep your container longer or store with us. Then we deliver it to your home, across town or across the country.
We made it.
Yeah, you did.
Pods, your personal moving and storage team.
If DJ Citizen Jane quit on her passion for music, she never would have left her career as a detective to pursue it. If she let starting at the bottom scare her, she never would have hustled to play bigger and bigger shows. And if she was content with being one of the best Latina artists in Miami, she wouldn't be electrifying the crowd in sold-out shows around the world. That's the fighting spirit. That's what makes a lion. Modelo, root for those with a fighting spirit.
Rattler Nation, your team is on fire. The Rattlers are poised to strike for another professional indoor football league championship, and they're playing as hot as the Arizona sun. Get your tickets now for the next Rattlers matchup at the Snake Pit, Phoenix Suns Arena, for the hardest hitting, fastest action, and most family fun in professional sports. Tickets are on sale now. Go to azrattlers.com or call 602-514-8274. Buy single game tickets right now at Ticketmaster or go to azrattlers.com.
Back into the Snake Pit, the Footprint Center, downtown Phoenix, for final thoughts on a big Arizona Rattlers victory tonight over Frisco's Fighters, 55-38 the final. Down to Joe on the field.
Floyd here with Jared Harrington. Jared, you got the scoring starting with a rushing touchdown.
First, I just want to say hello to my mama back home in Kentucky. I love you, baby. I got the rest of the family in the building here. But, yeah, well, Coach said all week we was going to start out physical. It was going to be a physical game because we were going to make it a physical game. And, we came out the first drive, had a couple pass plays, and then set the tone with a rushing touchdown. My guys did a great job of blocking, and we executed the play, and I got in the end zone.
And mission accomplished, locking up the top playoff seed.
Yes, sir. This was a big game. We've been looking forward to this game all season long. We knew that this was going to come down and be the for the number 1 seed, and we came here today and we handled business in the Snake Pit.
Jay Smooth and the Rattlers get it done. And by the way, guys, once again, Jay Smooth has the best hair in the IFL.
Yes, sir.
Who's got the best hair out of those two guys right there?
Well, thank you.
Me and Joe, that's a hair off right there.
Absolutely, absolutely. As we get our final chance on camera here in this one tonight. Been a great night, been a lot of fun. Thanks to our great crew that have put together the broadcast here tonight. And said, the Rattlers are playing great football. We've said it many times throughout the broadcast, but in my opinion, they're the team week in and week out. When they're on the field, they are the ones dictating the terms to the other team on the other side.
And that's exactly what Coach Kevin Guy wants, right? He wants to impose his will on anybody. And now they have to come in this building and try to take something away from the Rattlers. Tough place to win if you're an opponent. These guys play hard as heck in here for these fans that come in here and love them up.
Unquestionably. And guess what? The playoffs do go through the desert. They run through the desert, as Coach Guy said at the end of the game. If the Rattlers can keep winning, they get to keep playing right here in front of their home fans on into the playoffs. And that first playoff game is next Sunday at 3:05. You going to be ready for that one?
Absolutely. You going to be ready?
I think I'll be ready for that one. It was a playoff-like game tonight anyway.
I feel like that the last three games.
No kidding, right? They're always playing for something, aren't they?
100%.
Always playing for something. Been a great night. Always great to have you, my friend, okay?
Thank you, sir.
And we'll see you again next Sunday, everybody. Get your tickets. Get your tickets for the playoffs. Next Sunday, you can go to Ticketmaster and azrattlers.com to get those tickets. Well, want to thank our great crew, our producer, Derek Simmons. Our director is Bob Hammond. Executive producer, yours truly, Floyd Simmons. And want to thank the rest of our great crew for their work on the broadcast tonight. For the entire crew, for our broadcast partner, Cedric Bonner and Joe Pequeno down on the field. My name is Floyd Simmons, and I couldn't thank you enough for your participation in what we're doing here to bring you Arizona Rattlers football. Thank you to our TV partner as well, LA TV, 44.1, digital TV across the valley. And as always, we look forward to seeing you on our next broadcast of Arizona Rattlers football. It'll be the playoffs. We don't know whom yet, but that's on the way next. For the entire crew, Floyd Simmons saying good night from the Footprint Center.